Yo. Let me get this banner out the way so I can talk to y'all. How y'all doing? This is Lael Rockwell for the 1/6 Scale Man presents Say What, and this is Comic Discussions with Friends today. And I have a host of individuals who are ready to dive into today's discussion. Should I bring them on? Yeah, let's bring them on. Let's just bring them all on in so we can actually talk to them. Fellas, what is up? What is going on? How y'all doing today? It is Monday.
What's happening?
It is Comic Discussion Day. How you guys doing? Y'all ready for this one?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Man, let's go. So basically what we're going to do is have a roundtable discussion. For people who aren't really familiar with what today is, it is our comic discussion with friends, and the topic today is the Mighty Titans. We're going to jump into some DT content today. We talked about Marvel last week, but we're going to talk about DC this week, especially when it comes to this. I love this. This is what it is all day, every day. Vinny, we're going to start with you, bro. How you doing today, man? How was your day?
Man, I am doing fantastic. Loving life, loving all this geek shit that we got going on. It's a wonderful time to be alive. There's so much content, so much good shit. I can't complain. Yeah. There's so much stuff that we're seeing now that I honestly never thought I would see, and we're going to talk about a little bit of it tonight. So I'm excited.
Definitely, man. I'm glad to have you here. Lael's idol, yeah. How you doing today, asshole? You good today, man?
Oh, I'm living the dream, baby. Living the dream. Yeah, dude. I always love Monday nights when we just go into comics as the source material for our collecting habits. So yeah, I've been and I fell way behind in the last year or two, so I've been catching up like crazy reading comics as of late. So it's that's been a lot of fun, and I'm loving the hell. I mean, I've been a fan of Titans since season 1. But this third season is really kicking off something that I'm really digging. So
yes, it is.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to talking about it.
Yes, sir. And my man, my mellow Shea Butter ambassador himself, aka LL Cool Jaws, aka Bruce, aka the man with the master plan. What's going on with you today, brother?
Yeah, I'm loving life, man. Just chilling. I'm a little behind. I'm a little further behind than y'all, but I'm here for the discussion. I'm here to catch up with y'all and then dig in deeper. Yes, and then y'all might give me some insight on some things that I might not pick up on the first watch. I like to watch things like 3 or 4 times.
Yes.
Dig deep, but I'm getting a little head start today. I like it.
Yes. We gonna get, but you know what? Don't even worry about it, because we gonna get you all caught up. And I know you said you don't mind about the spoilers, so we're gonna talk about the spoilers tonight, because this is a topic that
just a heads up. Max asked in the chat because he was just starting season 2. There's no way to avoid spoilers on tonight.
Hey, Max, I will basically say it is spoiler alert tonight, because there's no way for us to basically. Now, what we might revisit seasons 1 and 2. Because there's certain content that's kind of spliced around everywhere, so we might revisit. But there's no way for us to avoid spoilers tonight, because what we witnessed the last couple of weeks is incredible. Mm-hmm. I can't wait till who decides to release those figures, man. I can't wait to get them in my hand. I've been waiting.
Yeah, Robin is next, by the way. He's almost done. I got a screenshot of the instruction manual, so they're printing the instructions now.
See. Okay, so speaking of which, let's bring in the man with the master plan, the smoothest voice on the channel. All day, ever. You know him, you love him, the master enabler himself, Justin Collections. What's going on with you, brother?
Yeah, okay, I'll take Master Enabler. I'll take it. You'll know I'm not the biggest comic fan. I barely read any comics. In fact, the only foray into comics that I've had is I've read the Power Rangers, the Boom Studios Power Rangers comic series. So this is going to be a learning experience for me to get more on the backstory of Titans, because I've seen the show and I love the show.
Yeah.
But I don't know much about, I know, Death in the Family and all that sort of stuff, but I don't know, deep into the comics lore. So I'm hoping you guys can fill me in. It's a learning experience.
Yes. Well, we got some masters of ceremony in here. The thing is, I introduced the topic, even though I know certain things, but it's just nice to hear these guys share their wisdom. And this guy down here got some wisdom too. He just falling behind because You know, he been making movies and videos, and he got shea butter products, so you already know what that is all day, every day. So anyway, exactly. So what I'm going to do right now, what you say, bro?
I said, don't let the IRS hear nothing like that. Oh, you making movies, huh?
Okay. Shea Butter is non-profit.
It is a non-profit organization. All right, man. Let's go and let's go to address the chat tonight to see who we got. We got Max Geekdom, man. Max is Geekdom, man. We always love to have you here, bro. We got Two Ferns. What's up, man? Bob Dylan's in the building, man. I can't wait till we get to those quizzes again, bro. Like, come on, we going Justin's show. We need some more quizzes. I know you're taking a break, but we need them, bro. I need to redeem myself because we got our asses kicked a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, you most certainly did.
Oh my God, we got pounded, bro. So we need to get we need
my
that
foot
back.
Still hurts.
Yo, we got who else we got in the building today? We got it was at Malachi Mabane, Louis Labitz. We got Irie Visions. We got Brandon. Why you always? We got Big Collector. We got Funky Cold Santa. That name is the name, boy. We got Jay Martinez. Who else? We got Linda in the building. We already got. We got who else? We got Frogman. We got Single Songwriter. We got Latoya in the building, bro. Latoya's in the building, bro. So
what up, Toya?
You know, she's always in the building, always here to show support. Big Collector. We got Sidine. What is that? If I don't like to say these names wrong, is it the Sia Dream in the building? So glad to have you. Is this Alnissa McNeely? Glad to have you on board. So yeah, we got quite a few people in here, man, and it's only we're gonna have more join in. Daryl Smith Jr. I see that. I see you, boy. Nice to have you here, man. Nice to have you here. So I told you they're just gonna keep piling in. So yeah, man, we're gonna jump in. But before we actually jump in, I want to dedicate this first. I'm gonna have each week, and I'm gonna have you guys can actually select your own. So I'm gonna select mine for this week. Okay, so it's actually going to be statue of the week. All right, so I'm going to pick the statue of the week, one that's kind of near and dear to me. Of course, when it drops, it's going to be an amazing piece, and it goes basically without saying. So we're going to have statue of the week that I want to kind of introduce this week. We're going to kind of try to run this theme, you know, every week, every Monday when we have it here. But the one that I'm going to actually pick this week is none other than this beautiful, gorgeous woman, Storm. Like, listen. Do I have to say more? Like, is there anything else that I need to say about this piece? All right, so I'm gonna start this out with Justin. Now, Justin, I know you're familiar. You're an X-Men fan, right?
Yeah.
You're an X-Men fan. Now, I know that you've been persuaded to kind of jump into these. Well, not even. Yeah, I would say pretty much persuaded to jump into the statue game. And I know that you already have a few of them on your radar. But this piece, bro, this piece right here is just, you know, this is one of the pieces that I would want to actually have, not only just in premium format, but also in 1/6 scale, bro. Just like this. You know what I mean? What you think, bro?
Yeah, I want it in 1/6. I don't know about statues yet. I've ordered my first statue, or I won it on eBay. So I haven't gone to pick it up yet, just because our lockdown is super harsh down here. So I haven't been able to go and get it.
Do you hear that sound? That's Justin falling down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, it very well maybe. I haven't picked it up yet. We'll see when I get it. We'll see. But I have to say I have been looking at more statues. I have been looking at more, so we'll see. But I'm hoping to get this in 1/6, and then maybe, because you know how Sideshow always does their variants. They've done the Wolverine and the Astonishing variant. I'd love to get the black suit as a variant as well, if they ever do Storm in 1/6. Yeah. Hopefully they will. Come on,
man, I want.
I'd
you know what?
So Toys do it.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that too. To be honest,
Yeah,
I think they do it better.
Yeah,
possibly.
I think
well,
right.
yeah. Well, yeah. I think if they touch that, here's the thing. It's crazy because I always say, like, it's always who touches it first. So I know, like, as reluctant as I would be, you know, and I would just, you know, if Sideshow released a 1/6 scale version, just because it's Storm, I would probably grab it, you know, review it. But I know then, like I said, companies like So Toys will probably follow behind and you know, but this right here, I mean, it was something I've been waiting on. This statue, this piece, I couldn't avoid it. You know, I can just see this in, you know, my room. I can see this in one of Vinny's room with the other women. I can see this in pretty much.
That was a weird sentence.
I knew that was coming.
You already know that's
That
coming.
was coming.
We go. Hey, Justin, I'll tell you about that later off the show. Okay. But
That's a whole nother show.
But no, definitely like this piece is incredible, man. I picked it up. I actually picked this up through Collector Zone with Marcos and everyone over there. So I could not pass on this piece. Bruce, what you think, bro?
I'm digging it. I'm dig. I would. Y'all talking about 1.6? I want a life size of that.
You would do it like a life size version.
I love Storm. I always have.
Mm-hmm.
She's my top 3 X-Men.
Yeah.
People.
X-people.
What is that?
Oh yeah, we got to be because we got to.
She's one of my top 3 X people.
Yeah.
You know, I just. Yeah, I'm digging it. I'm wondering though, looking at it, if the costume is steel or is it fabric?
Nah, it's mixed media.
It's mixed media. The cape is fabric.
The cape is going to be fabric. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I like that.
Yeah.
See, that's a point of contention for some people, though.
Really?
See, yeah.
The mixed media. So the issue with well, no. You finish your thoughts on it, and then I'll put that in part of my thoughts.
Got you. So,
after.
Bruce,
yeah, keep going with what you were saying.
Bruce, this is what I would tell you to do, okay? And this is how you would actually end up going down a rabbit hole, all right? So, if Justin gets it, watch his review. I guarantee you by the end of the fucking review, you will be reaching in your pockets and you will order this sumbitch.
I'm already reaching, though.
I'm
already in trouble. So
it's like he does this. It's like he's speaking to you purposely. He makes it where it's so uniform that he's speaking directly to you, bro.
Lael is ghost enabling you through Justin. He's doing it to you right now, but laying the groundwork so he can blame Justin for it. That's what's happening.
I'm just telling you the truth. Because I'm telling you who got me and ghosted. And see, you know what? The person, you know how they say, the one who dealt it? You know what I mean? The one who smelt it, dealt it, bro. That's Brendan. So he's the first one to talk, bro. So you already know, like, come on, man. He's been the master enabler for, like, behind the scenes. Like, he tries to play behind the scenes. But anyway, getting off that, bro, like I said, it's a piece that anybody who's a collector will probably want to have. I'm gonna go with Brendan last. Vinny, what you think about this? Since you've already, Vinny, we've got you in, like we've brought you into the statue realm, especially because you just picked up that premium format Thanos comic version, comic accurate version. Yeah, that piece is incredible.
Which is beautiful.
It's a beautiful piece.
It's
so
crazy. I love it. It's amazing. It looks like the Hildebrand brothers, the art. So that's always a plus, or Juiceco maybe, but definitely, you know, as classic old school Storm, and you know, I mean, what more can you say? It's Storm. You can't really go too wrong there unless she's talking about, you know, lightning hitting frogs. She's pretty much aces. So
yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah. Oh, this bitch.
Yo,
Brendan, what you think about this, bro?
I love this one. I think I like a lot of the X-Men line that Sideshow has done, but there are some that have been kind of eh. This one is in that top tier. I love the pose. Everything about this one really, really works for me. I really love it. The issue with the mixed media, and I'm kind of on the fence on this one. People who don't like the idea of mixed media in statues, the issue there is you tend to have colored variances between the statue and then the fabric. And then over time, especially depending on your conditions and if there's any sunlight coming into your collection, then they can kind of, over time, whether, you know, deteriorate or anything like that, they do it at different paces. So that can be an issue with some statues that have mixed media. A perfect example of one as far as that really pulled me out of it visually. Not that I was all that on board with the statue to begin with, but the Mythos Emperor Palpatine that Sideshow did, you could see a very, very different shade of black between the actual sculpture and then the fabric cloak that he had, and it just kind of it bothered like my eye. It wasn't for me. This, it looks like it matches very well both in the photos and in the live stream that when we saw this during the the convention that they put on that week, that really long week. It actually did still look good though. So this one I'm hopeful for. I don't have plans to get this one for the simple reason that I'm such a diehard X-Men fan that I feel like if I got one, I would have to get all of them. And
that was my initial
backward moving investment to then buy all of those. Although I will say that one cool thing, if the styles kind of matched, that would convince me to get something like this would be maybe this to pair with a good Black Panther statue. So you've got husband and wife.
Yeah.
And then I wouldn't feel like I had to go get the rest of the X-Men because it would more be about Aurora and T'Challa rather than, X-Men. So that would be a really cool display for people if they don't want to go all the way through the X-Men line, is to get a T'Challa to go with her. But yeah, this is one where I think the artists at Sideshow, who I tend to like, deserve the credit.
Yeah, definitely. Because like I said, they brought this piece together. Again, I mean, I can't wait to get my hands on it. It was a must-have for me because really, like when it comes to having like a Storm piece, and it's a shame. And like we talked about, I hope I hope the intro with Gambit, because they did such a great job on that figure. I'm hoping that they do expel online and just expand and start bringing in pretty much everybody, Rogue, Storm, Shadowcat herself, bring in Professor X, Cyclops, Colossus, Nightcrawler, just bring them all in. Bring even the old OGs, like the original version. I would even actually want to have the OGs.
Dude, amazing Nightcrawler premium format that has such potential. That would that's one I would love to see the Kacharik brothers tackle.
Yeah.
That would be sick.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I mean, like I said, this will be a piece that I am actually picking up for anybody who is looking at that and interested in this piece. You can actually get it like I got mine basically through Collector Zone. I mean, you can actually see here. They do have it in stock. I decided to go through them because and there's only 3 left right now, but my man Marcos, hit him up, like he's a great dude. Also basically while you're even online right now, just go to Collector Zone Cantina. That's actually the Facebook group. Log into that as well. Again, you can find them. It's easy.
And for anybody who's not familiar with Collector Zone, that price, while it looks like it's more expensive than other places, that's with tax and shipping already included. So that is the final price that you pay. It's not like $6.89 and then there's like another $35 worth of stuff when you're checking out. That is the price. And then, I mean, we're all friends, so I guess if you're, a fan of Jeddah Patrol, then you can use his Patrol discount code and get 5% off. So, there you go. See, we're helping Jeddah too. We're plugging.
Yeah, exactly, because Jeddah, we gotta kind of help out the kid,
But yeah, it is a good Marcos will take care of you, whether it's like payment plans or if you're just paying outright and the discount. But that's just that's the kind of thing where they get X number in. So it might be they get 12 statues or something like that in. So once they're gone, they're gone. So that's why a lot of stuff is listed as sold out on the website. But yeah, it's definitely that statue is definitely one worth considering.
Yeah, I mean, again, you can get it in. There's so many different ways that you can actually get and pick this piece up. Again, like I said, I just decided to go through Collector Zone and pick it up through him. it's easy, it's effective, pretty much, you know, on how you can act. And if you can't, again, if you can't actually find Collector Zone, you can actually, it's if you go on, if you basically log in. As a matter of fact, let me show you real quick, because it's quick and easy to actually get in and find him, especially if you're trying to find you know, how to sign up, or actually how to find the cantina. You know, it's just simply, you know, just going in. I'll bring it back a little bit too.
He drops like codes that are just specific to
Yeah.
the group in there too.
Yeah.
So sometimes you'll get extra discounts or like early access to something.
Yep.
So
Yeah, definitely. So, man, again, this Storm piece is beautiful. If you want to find this piece, go to Collector Zone. Marcos will definitely take care of you. He's my guy. I think he's everybody's guy, smooth criminal. So, yeah, definitely get into that. But anyway, man, let's jump into the topic at hand. And why we are all here. Well, at least I know why I'm here. I don't know why y'all here. But
I just want to, excuse me. Let me make a note. I'm waiting on things pending, so there may only be 2 left.
Oh, okay, okay. So you got it through Marcos Collector Zone. Let's go.
There may
live
there may
on
only
the
be 2
stream.
left.
There might right on the stream.
Absolutely.
We make
Absolutely.
it happen here on the 1/6 scale.
There
members,
might
and
only
say
be 2
what.
left.
And you know what? And it was just,
Absolutely.
but check this out. You know what happened? Justin did one of these while I was off camera. He used a Jedi mind.
Motherfucker, you're the one who was selling it to him the whole time.
Yeah, Nah,
Justin's
you did do that.
literally been sitting there
But
silent.
see, bro, but I'm saying,
He didn't say
bro,
nothing. You
it's
did
the
that.
rule of 2. It's always, if the master and the apprentice, the master sits
Hey,
back
he's
and just
doing
pulls
this.
the
You know
strings,
what he's
bro.
doing? That's what he's doing.
You already know. You already know. So yeah, man, we're gonna jump in. Like I said, like listen, now we're gonna jump into like again, one of my favorite topics, man, and we're talking about the Titans. Now, for all of you don't basically know, I mean, the Titans, you know, they actually first made their debut, and whoever doesn't have the book, in The Brave and the Bold, you know, back in 1964. That's when basically we first got a chance or glimpse of them. I actually have that book. Now the cover. Here's the thing. Now it's not that cover. But I want to show y'all a cover that it's one of the, like when you look at it, it's like one of those 70s type vibes, bro. Like everybody had like the butterfly collar, and like seriously, bro, like everybody was just like rocking out, like. But look at this, man. Like Cyborg had his skin out, like, you know, the Robin with the old suit, like everybody.
So
but
he had his skin out.
he had his skin all out. You know what I mean? But like I said, man, like this is. Like, again, if you're not a Titans fan, man, listen, like Titans is just everything to me.
Imagine if they just did all the shows and movies with this exact art style for their costumes
Right?
nowadays.
Fuck it.
The
Do it.
MCU and DC.
Do a
I would
George
rock
Perez
like this.
season. Do a George Perez season.
Hey,
George
there it
Perez season.
Fellas.
Jedi Kid, what's going on with you, bro? Glad to have you here with us, man.
What up? Sorry I'm late, man. I thought making them beans. I was making the money. I'm sorry.
You got to
Fingers
make them
crossed
big.
your connection holds up.
Yeah,
I know,
hopefully-
right? I know.
That's all.
Let's make sure that connection holds up, man. Please let it hold up.
What are
And-
Yes,
so
man,
for
yes.
people who didn't so last time we did this stream, his connection was just cutting in and out, and so for like literally the whole hour and a half that we were streaming, he was trying to kept coming in and then jumping back out because it wasn't working, and then literally we go off, and it's just
And it's
the
perfect.
3 of us that are just
Yeah.
you know, after the live stream has ended, and we're about to say, all right, we're talking for a little while, we're about to say, you know, good night and take off, and then he pops in. We're like, dude, we're not even live anymore, and his
No.
connection was crystal clear.
Yeah.
Crystal.
Crystal clear.
He
Crazy.
came in like
right
all
after
right,
the show.
and action. I'm like,
Right.
So
Right
crazy.
after the show.
He came in
Crazy.
with like 4K with like surround
Yeah.
sound.
4K with surround and everything, bro.
yeah.
It was
He Lauren
insane.
Hilled us. He Lauren Hilled us.
Yo, that's how it works sometimes, man. I don't know why. That's,
Right
Oh,
off,
man.
and you
What
just
we
come
Irish
back in.
call Murphy's Law.
But we
I'm
got him
everything-
here. We got him
Murphy's
here.
Law. I'm in here. I'm in the building tonight.
We got
Yes,
him here.
sir.
So again, like I said, tonight we are actually covering, you know what it is, season 3 of the Titans.
Oh yeah.
This show, listen, and the thing is, it's one of those things where I don't know about everybody else, but it's like I think the DC universe, especially like they need to basically think about, especially the DCEU or however they want to actually do it. They need to think about bringing, like maybe taking those shows off the CW and bringing them here, bringing them to HBO, bro, and let HBO Max just handle the IP. Because if you like watching this,
Superman and Lois has been on point. Superman and Lois,
it's
perfect so far.
It's been on point. But what I'm saying, just imagine if it was given more breathing room of what they can actually do with the IP, bro. Like, especially with the Titans, bro. Like this show, like, and here's the thing, like I wasn't, and I'll be quite honest, like there's always a bit of skepticism when you're introduced to a show, especially an IP such as this. The skepticism was, okay, knowing DC's track record, I was like, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be all on board with this particular show.
Right.
Season 1, it took 2 episodes. All it took from 2 episodes, and I was locked in. And now we're in the season 3, and everything is freaking bananas.
See, notice it didn't cost him any money, so he didn't give me credit for enabling him on the show, because I was the one who turned him on to the show.
You turned him on to it.
Actually, no. Hold up. I was actually hooked on it. It was before the pandemic on season 1. It was just a simple fact that, mind you, everybody was in work mode. So it was like everything was kind of mixed around. You can only watch so many episodes, and especially where it was. You know what I mean? Vinny, hey, Vinny, what's going on, bro? What you think about it, bro?
Yeah, when they first announced it, they had teased so many changes that it had me real skeptical at first too, because DC has such a inconsistent track record with everything they touch. So I was hesitant, and then they leaked, still shots of Beast Boy and Starfire and all them without kind of like really setting up what they were trying to do, and it had me like But then when I actually got to see the show, it felt like it was such a welcome twist to the show, because obviously it wasn't going to be teenagers anymore. It was going to be focused on a more older version of them. Right. And the dynamic of what the comic was going to be changed. However, the stories and the source material was going to be definitely respected and utilized. And what we got out of those first, that first season, those first few episodes, like it was a really quick wake-up call that this is going to be something that is really going to be for the fans. And it definitely was something completely different than what they were doing in not only the movies, but definitely different than what they were doing on the other CW shows, and different than what they were doing in the animated. And it was definitely a welcome a switch up. And then this season here that we're in now, we'll get to it, but this season here has, one of my favorite storylines ever of all time, and the Red Hood one I grew up on, and that I've only seen it like done accurately in the comics and the animation, and I just really gave up hope that I'd ever see it on the screen, even touched on, and to have it done and tweaked just the way that they're doing it this season has been just phenomenal. Yeah. I feel like I said on like Facebook the other day that the last episode was one of the greatest comic book episodes I've ever seen personally for me.
Yeah, and you're talking about the last recent episode with okay, got you. That episode, I mean,
I'm right there with you, even though Leia isn't.
The one before, though, bro. The one before, but
but see that was just like good TV, but like it wasn't a story that I grew up thinking I'd never see. And here, when they brought that in, they brought it in a way like the last episode goes back and tells how he became Red Hood, and I didn't think that we would see. They had him be Red Hood so quick, they kind of like glossed over it, and I figured they were going to try to shy away from the gritty details that we got in the book. So when they went back and showed it and told the story and tweaked it and made it their own, and I've said so many times, DC loves to change stuff from the suits, and the suits come in and say, "Oh, here's how I would do it," and it kind of sucks. It's not based on any respect for the source material. It's them just trying to put their stamp on it to like justify their status or position. But this is a switch up with love, with attention to detail and respect for the source material. And I've always said, like, I don't need it to be line for line, page for page from the comic books. If you switch it up and make it good, I'm with you. And they took the source material and just made it different, so that way people who knew what was coming didn't know what was coming. So it was where we knew the story, but it was new to us, and the switches that they made to the story, involving Scarecrow and all that good stuff was incredibly done, incredibly acted, written.
Yeah.
The music through the episode, everything was just
Dude, the
just
music was on point.
all
When
just
he's
all
dancing, oh my
cylinders.
god, it was
It's
perfect.
just perfect. It's just perfect.
Perfect.
It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
when you're watching it, it's like goosebumps because it's kind of like, see, like it can be this good. It's right
Right.
there. It can be this
Mhm.
good, and it's just
Yeah.
like you get to see how much we're waiting on this. It's like you didn't lose us. You just gotta fucking like do this shit and show
Yeah.
some respect for the source material and good writing above
Yeah.
everything else. Source
Right.
material is great, but write well on top of it. And
Yeah.
everyone acted great. All the acting was on point. The cinematography, like all the fighting. And it was one of those episodes where you didn't even need anyone to fight. You just wanted to. I just wanted that episode to just keep on going and going and going because I felt like I was, 12 years old reading Death in the Family again. It was incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had it was this minor. It was a small minor thing that was a letdown, but I'll get to that later on after everyone's done. Brendan, what's going on, bro? What you think about it, man?
I love the show. I've loved it since the first episode. And these are when you get shows in that DC universe. It's always like, all right, well, how are they going to skirt around never showing us Batman or Superman because they just don't want to do those. Now they actually are doing Superman on the CW, but like they always want to save those big guys for the big screen. So we always get lame ways of them avoiding, actually showing these characters. And I liked that from the outset, that very first episode, Dick Grayson just flat out says in that like alley at one point during the fight, he's like, "Fuck Batman." All right. This is not about Batman. All right. Now he plays a role in the show throughout, the 3 seasons, but that's not the focus. And he says it from the beginning, fuck Batman. And I love Batman, but I love that line because I think it makes it clear that this show is going to live on its own merits. And they're able to use things like the Joker, supposedly killing Jason Todd and him becoming the Red Hood, but not leaning too heavily on Batman. The way they use Batman in this is very important, but he's not the focal point. It's how does this impact the rest of the Titans team and where do they go from there, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I love about this show. I feel like they've done a lot of these characters justice in ways that you wouldn't expect. Like, honestly, I never really expect that they would give such love to Hawk and Dove. Okay?
Yeah.
Beast Boy.
Yeah.
Like, it's, you just don't really expect that. And so when I see that, I really love that they're giving these characters the love and attention that they deserve. As far as this most recent, Deathstroke was great, in season 2. The production value is there, the cinematography, and I'm a cinematographer. That hooks me. The lighting and the cinematography in this show is absolutely phenomenal. So I'm hugely positive on this show. The current season, I've loved all 4 episodes. I'm right there with you, Vinny, about this most recent one. The music was just perfect in this episode. And my one reservation after those first 3 dropped, when we were coming into that 4th episode, was that, all right, wait a minute. Jason Todd was still young, and in the comics, he seemingly dies, and he's gone for years.
Right.
And then he comes back as the Red Hood, and he's more formidable. He's been training for years. He's been, becoming this character. Jason had like a month in the show. So my concern was that they were going to elevate him too quickly to some serious threat when he wasn't even on Dick Grayson's level in season 2 yet, and that it was going to be a weak kind of, villain. I like that what they're doing here is is not like he's this, like Deathstroke level. He's beating the shit out of everybody, and they can't. It's more like they're trying to deal with the psychological fallout of him trying to murder their teammates, them thinking he was dead and mourning, and then he's back, and now they're kind of trying to kill him after they were just mourning that he was supposedly dead. There's that psychological element to it. And then when they do this, kind of flashback or rewind episode, this fourth one, I love that because that's pulled straight out of comic storytelling. It's done a lot in TV shows and movies these days too, but the idea of like you get like 5 or 6 issues, and then issue number 7 is like, well, no, we're going to go back, and this is what happened before issue 1 that set the stage. And now everything's fleshed out, and now you have a whole new appreciation for everything that you had just read because of what this thing just added to that. And that's what they did in this. Is like Vinny said, we didn't really get a whole lot of like how Jason really became Red Hood over the course of this short time that he was back in Gotham. But then this brings us back, and it's just an episode focused on that. And like you said, I wasn't like, oh, come on, let's see some action. Let's see some, if they would just talked and and Jonathan Crane just danced like that for like a half hour, I would have been, it was great acting. It was great writing. I absolutely loved it. And so I think that this show, is on an upward trajectory. I love the characters. I love the figures that we're getting from So Toys out of it, and Toys Era. And I think that this is, like you said, Lael, I think we're going to see more stuff coming on to HBO Max now. There have already been other projects announced, both films and TV shows. And this is Greg Berlanti. This is, the creator and executive producer of the CW shows. But this is him kind of being unleashed on HBO Max. And so I think there's a lot of storytelling potential for that. Plus, then it's easier for them to say, if they want to do crossovers, well, we're not going to do like a 5-night crossover where you have to like parse it out over different shows. It's like, if you've got a handful of shows, like 3 or 4 different shows on HBO Max, and be like, we're going to do a TV movie, but an app movie. And we're just going to do a full 2.5 hour movie that brings them all together and does this cool thing. And it doesn't have to be broken up over 4 nights or whatever. So this represents a lot of great storytelling potential. So I'm super psyched for it.
Yeah, bro, definitely. Justin, my man, my mellow, bro. What you thinking so far? I know you've been. This is one of the shows you've been waiting to talk about, bro, for a minute. We touched on it a few times on past streams, but I know this is one that you were waiting and you were hanging on to. You wanted to talk about quick. So what you think, bro?
I think one of the hardest parts for us, I saw Max, I think, asked, how do we watch it in Australia? Because I'm in Australia and we don't have HBO Max. It's such a foreign concept to y'all in the States, but we don't even have HBO Max. So we literally have no way of watching it. Well, there's a way. Wow. But unless we use a VPN, we literally just can't watch it. So try Max's Geekdom. If you want to watch it and you're down here, maybe try using a VPN and sign up HBO Max that way, although they have been blocking that now. So it's a real pain to watch it, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Yeah. I wasn't a huge fan of everything in season 1. There were certain parts that that didn't really connect with me, and maybe that's because I'm not as big of a comic book reader, so some stuff just sort of went over my head, and I didn't really buy in. But now in this season, with all of the Gotham-based stuff, because I'm a huge Batman fan. Right. I grew up watching animated series and then Batman Beyond. I'm a huge Batman fan, so all of the Gotham stuff that just got me. So I'm now fully bought in. And I really like the unique casting as well. They didn't get some scrawny, weedy dude to play Scarecrow, but the guy who they got to play Scarecrow has such charisma and presence on screen. I'm like, whenever he's on screen, he's awesome. I love it. Same thing with Bruce Wayne. He gives me. In season 2, he gave me Adam West vibes, but a more serious version of Adam West. And I was like, you know what? I didn't think that this guy would be a good or believable Bruce Wayne that could be Batman, but screw it. I'm all in on this now as well. So I think he's really good as Bruce Wayne, to be honest with you.
I mean, he And that's the thing, like it just shows the range of him as a character. Because I even get like the old man Bruce vibes from him in some instances. But he just has a lot of, I don't know, and basically his banter, and it's just like, you know what, it's like when you look at it, it's sort of like you either love him or you hate him, especially when you find out about, especially through the eyes of Jason Todd, bro. Like, it's just like you either love him or you hate him. And I think the chemistry between both on screen, like they're playing it out real well, bro. Like, so it's going to be interesting. Like, if ever to see him, which we probably will not, but who knows, we may see him don the suit. You don't know.
He's had the suit on, but
yeah.
Last season we saw like glimpses, like kind of silhouette a little bit.
It's weird because Sir Friend Zone is not exactly my idea in my head as Bruce Wayne, but I feel like if they had picked somebody who was an amazing Bruce Wayne imposing Batman, it would kind of detract from the Titans, and I think that's what they don't want to do. They want to keep the focus on the Titans. They don't have him in the suit a lot because they're supposed to be the heroes.
You don't want him to take over the show.
You want it. You want him to be important. Important when he has to come in, but you don't want it to be Batman and the Titans.
I was a little skeptical on that casting just because I like him as an actor, but I was like, I feel like he was just a little older and not as kind of beefy as I was envisioning for the character. But he's done a great job as the Bruce Wayne, as the tortured Bruce Wayne when he's not in the suit. So I like that. And Justin, what you said, the casting for Jonathan Crane for Scarecrow is spot on. He's a good actor. Good. I mean, he really like kind of made his bones on Mad Men.
I was wondering where I knew him from. He's from Mad Men.
Well, Mad Men, but he broke in his first like big role on a TV series. He was Connor. He was Angel's son back on Angel, the like Buffy and Angel. So back in the day. That was so.
That's
that
crazy.
Wow, that's
put that
crazy.
Together.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Also, if you listen to Bruce Wayne's voice and don't look at him, he sounds a little bit like Kevin Conroy. Next time you watch it,
sounds like man. When I first saw him casted as Bruce Wayne, I was like, I wasn't giving him a chance at first.
Yeah.
In the beginning, I'm like, what? Bruce Wayne?
Well, he's older,
like 80 years old.
Alfred.
Yeah, I thought it was Alfred at first. Like, what the hell? Yeah, but his acting chops is what
that's
saved
rare
him.
when you get a guy cast as Batman and you're like, shouldn't he be Alfred?
Right, bro.
Those two don't cross over that much.
Wait a minute. He's already going.
You got one Batman that should be Alfred, another Batman that looks like a Robin, but whatever.
Right.
I mean, I also like that they didn't, that they haven't used Batman as like that they did on Supergirl, right? Yeah. Where Superman is kind of like only there to prop up Supergirl. And obviously he's been redeemed now with his own show. I'm glad that they're showing that Bruce Wayne is the one who's vulnerable and Bruce Wayne is the one who's making mistakes and Bruce Wayne is the one who's letting the team down versus they're not throwing Batman under the bus. They're saying, Bruce Wayne is a person.
They're really shitting on Bruce Wayne, though. They're
big time. Big time on Titan.
They're not pulling punches on him.
No, not at all. Crane called him a psychopath. He said he was sadistic. He said he was abusive to them as kids. Like, whoa.
But even when Dick Grayson realizes that he's like already shopping for recruits to replace.
You see Harry Kelly on the screen, by the way.
But where else can you do that and that not be frowned upon, though?
Right.
So
nowhere.
They're not.
Well, that's been a running joke in comics for years. Is that Bruce Wayne is like taking these little kids out with him to fight these battles, and it's like, dude, what is wrong with you? That's not okay.
Right.
But you know what?
I love that they touch on that though.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, it's like you got to understand that from Bruce's standpoint, though.
It's a war in their soldiers.
It's a war in their soldiers, but it's also a hint back to his childhood and basically him facing his fear. So the thing is, he's like casting that off to children, basically because of what he'd been through. It's sort of like he's trying to take the protector role, but he's doing it in the wrong way. His preparation in the most horrible way, because like I said, PTSD is a real thing, especially when it comes to these kids. Yo, he does it. He has no idea.
I can't wait to see what they do with Tim Drake in this.
They're moving him kind of.
I love that they just like here.
Yeah, but
he is,
that's good.
And then I love that we're not spending every episode like, here's what Tim Drake's doing. Meanwhile, like they're like, nah, we dropped that hint in the beginning. We'll come back to him. We don't have to remind you. That he's on the show every week.
That's what I love. I love the pacing of the show. It's like
they're taking their
everybody
time.
gets their individual time to shine. Nobody feels like they're taking up. Nobody feels like a background character. They all get their moment to shine.
Yeah, and they're laying the foundation for Tim Drake to be a bigger part of the show next year. Yeah. So we're going to see more of him this year.
Okay.
But next year is where he's really going to come in. Because first they have to deal with Jason and the fallout from that. But I guarantee you, Tim Drake, and I like the kid they got playing him. I think he's really good in the role. Yeah. They're definitely going to have Tim Drake be a more prominent figure in the show next year.
I like your perspective on the Titans too, Justin, where you said in the beginning how there's some characters where you just assuming that maybe it would mean more to you if you knew the comics, and there's definitely characters like Beast Boy or
I was about to say that. I was getting ready to say that.
Like if you knew Beast Boy, you would probably be like,
those two
don't worry, he's cool.
But
if you're just someone who doesn't have any idea who Beast Boy is, you're probably like, okay, but I appreciate how they're slowly building up to what he's going to be and who he's going to be without just like, here you go. And I love the character building on the show because they're taking some characters who are instantly amazing and they're taking other characters who are coming of age.
Give all the screen time to her. Give all the screen
time. Right. Definitely the Starfire. But with Beast Boy, bro, I just wanted to see him change into something else in the Tiger.
Yeah, but that's part of the season.
He's trying to figure it out. Want. Like he has such a freaking wide range.
Right, and I think that's what's cool about. I think that's what's cool about it.
Slow burn.
Slow burn, definitely.
Who expected to see Beast Boy literally rip somebody? I know he was under like mind control and stuff.
That was awesome.
Somebody. Like, so there's more depth and there's more nuance to this character. It's an adult story that they're telling about this character. They're not pulling punches. It's not like a goofy tiger kind of thing. Like he literally mauls some people to death.
It's killed them boys.
Graphic.
Bruh, it's the thing is, like, the opening sequence to this season with Beast Boy, I was like, yo, I thought we was watching On Bong, bro. Like, I was like, yo, literally, bro, like, he was going nuts. He was going ham. I was like, yo, okay. Like, they are basically giving this dude some time on camera to shine. And I was like,
that's what I wanted, though. That's what I wanted,
like,
man.
And you also see, like, he's like the heart of the team. Like, everybody's going through all this crazy shit. And he's like, hey, guys, want some pizza? Like, he's the heart and soul of the show. I love his character so far. And it just goes to show, like, how many times we jump to conclusions because, man, the internet tore this kid apart when his picture first popped up before.
They did.
They ate him.
Why? Because he's not green. Is that why people were mad?
Right. I was about to see Justin is on it because it's like from the comics, I'm just seeing him green, not just his hair. You feel me? So I know it's supposed to be live action and blah blah blah. I get that, but like at some point, either in season 3 or 4 or something, I need some green skin at some point. I need it to happen, bro.
Remember, like, look at Marvel. Beast didn't start out with blue fur. All right. It was
that's true.
So we can see that's true. But ultimately, the knee-jerk reactions to casting, like, what happened recently with Batgirl and stuff. It's like give it a rest. Like, the bottom line is, you know what? People hated the idea of Ben Affleck as Batman. People
hated him as Batman, bro.
Of Heath Ledger as the Joker. Okay.
Right.
Right.
Those worked out pretty well.
Perfect casting.
The DCEU didn't work out pretty well, but Batfleck was the bomb. Okay.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So Heath Ledger, that was awesome. I think Colin Farrell is going to shock people as
the Penguin. Oh my god!
I think
apparently he's not in it very much.
He's only in it he's only in a small amount, but I think that's laying the groundwork for him to be in another film. I think that's what it is.
He looks amazing in the trailers and
didn't realize that it was him.
Right,
like the transformation there. I think so the knee-jerk reaction to casting, it's like, guys, just let something come out first and then watch it. Because like,
your
first reaction is like, oh, that's not. I don't really like that idea for Beast Boy. But watching the show, you're like, damn, they're doing that character justice. So now, like, it's easier to get on board with it and just wait for the visual evolution to take shape. So yeah, everybody just like,
it's like
enjoy the content that
when
we're
you
getting,
when you mentioned the green
time.
skin though, you mentioned the green skin. I feel like what they're doing with the slow burn is as he changes into different things, that is going to bring out the pigment.
It's going to start affecting his human form. Yeah.
Yes.
That'd be so cool, man. I just want to see it. I just want to see it one time, bro.
Yeah, and then they can use that as a part of his internal struggle where, you know, kind of like Beast. When Beast changed, it was like, you know, he just wanted to be normal again. They might do that. That would be a dope story arc.
That'd be an awesome story, man. I want to see him change from like a hawk to like a gorilla or something, man. I know it's actually much for the budget of the show, but it's like reading the comics. Like Beast Boy is one of my favorite Titans. Beast Boy and of course Nightwing. But it's like you got a power you can change into any animal. That's crazy.
Right.
Shark, hawk, whatever you want.
Yo, this picture of Jason Todd, man, I gotta be honest. Every time I see it, I hate his jawline. I don't know what it is. That jawline,
bro.
Bro, you know what he has?
You basically just said, "I hate his face."
I hate the jawline.
What do you do about his face? It's his face.
You know who he
he
looks like a younger version of not Ben Affleck, but what is his name? Ben Affleck, his boy.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Yeah,
he looks like a young version of Matt Damon, bro.
He does.
He does have very pouty lips. That's throwing me.
I can see that.
Well, I will say they casted him perfectly.
Yeah,
he's good in the role. He's good in the role because he's what Jason Todd is supposed to be.
Everybody hates him. Everybody hates him.
Yeah.
That's why people voted for him to die.
Yeah, everybody hates him.
Bro, the thing is, here's the thing though. It's like, yo, like, fuck Batman, fuck the Joker. Like, they gotta tone down, like, just don't use the same lines in a different iteration. Like, you know, that's the only thing. And here's the thing about this past episode, and that I wanted to say that, you know, kind of like for me, it was just how they glossed over the Lazarus Pit. It was so much more detail in that. There was so much, but I get it. But here's the thing, because we talked about this, and my feelings on it is that it should have been, if you're going to do that, especially that story, and you're going to expand it, do part 1, part 2, so we can expand it a bit. Now, I know in the interest that they couldn't do it, but you know what I mean? I just think that alone, it was telling, because even in the books, the conversation, bro, he literally lost everything. Like, you know what I mean? His mind was gone. So that conversation in the books, it's like that needs to be touched on again, bro. But aside from that,
I think why they didn't do that though is the same reason why the Joker is done now. We're not like seeing the Joker. This isn't about then he comes back and now he's got to deal with the Joker and Batman. I don't think that's. I think the reason why they're doing this is because, like he said, like he said,
about a bubble gum.
That could be true.
Death Patrol, bro. Death Patrol is outrageous, bro. Death Patrol, bro.
Yo, Jenna, bro,
like Dick Grayson said in that.
As soon as he said that, I could see that jaw moving, man.
Bro, Jedi Patrol is evil. Wow.
Right.
Like Dick Grayson said in that first episode, fuck Batman. The Joker was used as a mechanism to tell a story for Jason Todd and the Titans, but they didn't want to harp on the Joker and make it a Batman story. Same way where they used the Lazarus Pit as a mechanism for what they're trying to do, but they don't want to focus too much on that, because if you're telling that story,
that's a good thought.
You've got to bring in Ra's al Ghul. You've got to bring in that element of Batman story. And if you're going to tell that story without Batman, it feels cheap. So I think this way is better, where it's like we get a tease of that stuff, so it's enough for like comic fans to kind of geek out about. Right. But we're not going in that direction. We're talking about the Titans on this, not Batman. And I think that's why they did it that way. And I can appreciate that.
But it's just like, I don't feel like you can just really just mention the Lazarus Pit for like 2 seconds and not really go into it just a little bit more.
But that's exactly what they did with him becoming Red Hood. And then eventually they had a whole episode going back to it. So I feel like they still might have a future episode that explains how the pit got underneath.
He could be suffering side effects from the Lazarus pit later in the season too.
Right. Yeah.
Like that. I don't think we're done with the Lazarus pit. I think that's gonna play a role.
Like Leo said, he had spent years training to come back, but that toxin that he's inhaling now is almost like that's the storytelling part of how he's able to like make these advancements in his fighting style, is his intelligence and everything like that.
Yeah,
all of his fears removed. So they're tweaking a lot of different things to progress the story in ways that are new to us now, with enough of a hint of what we're used to from the stories before, to be like, oh, they touched on that, but this is how they're doing it different now, which is just exciting to me, because it's like it's more the same but new shit that's keeps it like interesting. Like I don't always want to see just exactly what I've read, but I want to see it on screen, and if you're gonna put it on screen and add some new shit to it, then that's like icing.
You want it faithful but surprising, so that it's not boring, it's not dull.
Yeah.
And who thought they were gonna show Jason's face all mashed up like that?
Yeah.
Right.
What were you gonna say, Justin?
Justin, what were you gonna do it?
Justin, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, I like that. Obviously, like you guys were saying, they had however many years that he was training, etc. But I like that they didn't make his weakness a physical weakness; it was a psychological one, right? So they were able to get straight past that by saying, "Look, he can do everything. It's just that he's in his own head. He's got the fear." So they found a very clever way, I think, a mechanism of switching that up so that he can make a much quicker return. But I also like that it wasn't some stupid, this is my super serum and it makes me super strong and powerful, like through rubbish. Like it's actually, it makes sense for it to be there and what it does. So I really like
I
exactly. I like that part of it, to be totally honest.
I just like how they kept the nucleus of the story kind of the same, but then they added little aspects around it, the little changes, a little here with the not showing, going too much into that in depth with the Lazarus pit, but just having the core of what the Red Hood story was about.
Right. Justin, you said that you haven't you're not like deep into like the comics, like you haven't read a ton of these comics, but you are a Batman fan. So
anything that has been done in comics that has been done in an animated film, I've seen the animated film. So
you've seen the animated story of the Red Hood. You've played the Arkham game.
Gotcha. Okay. Correct. I'm not complete noob. At least I know most of the things. It's just the very deep stuff that I don't know. But we haven't touched on one thing. Back to the casting, I really like the guy that they got to play Superboy, to be honest.
Yeah.
When he was wearing that leather jacket, I was like, oh, he's those round glasses,
bro. Right?
Yeah, bro. He's great. That's a good casting. That's a great casting, man.
Yeah,
real good.
So then, Justin, what you had mentioned that there were some things that you didn't like.
There's only one character that I don't like. There's only one.
Which one?
And it's Raven.
Oh, you know what?
I think is that what you were saying?
Poor Raven. Nobody gives her a chance, bro. Nobody gives her a chance.
That's why I like season 3 so much.
Because she's not there that much, Justin. That's so wrong, man.
Is that the part that you were saying?
Yeah.
Is that the part you were saying you didn't connect with in the first season? She's in Themyscira, so it's good. We're good. Raven's good.
But I think they did say that when we do finally get a chance to see her, it's going to be a different mindset, a different iteration, because it's like what we've seen in the past 2 seasons. It was like, it's sort of like not the bratty, but
little girl.
It was just like, this
she's
day and age,
she's annoying.
the annoying. So I think that they're basically trying to break that, because she's actually discovering who she is. And that's why, like, a lot of it is, we're not really getting.
Jetta's on a roll in the chat today.
Jed is killing it.
Perfect example of why they didn't make them all teenagers, because we would hate all of them.
No, not that one.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you.
Everyone loves it.
I couldn't.
Yo, Jed is on a roll, man.
Although, Ryan, to be fair, everybody loves Raymond, not everyone. I'm
so done with him, man. I'm done with him tonight, man. Oh my god!
He said, "I've only seen 2 episodes of the show and I don't like her either."
Yeah, she's the only thing that didn't work for me. Everything else, I'm liking. Although I think Starfire is starting. I'm starting to turn away from her story a bit as well. Just I don't know.
What
were you
going to
say, Brennan?
Are you? Oh, you're
I'm up to I'm up to the latest episode,
okay,
and you know the stuff with her sister and whatnot. But I don't know. It's such a grounded story, and I know that Starfire is a part of it. I've seen Young Justice, by the way. Someone was talking about Young Justice in the chat, but I don't know. I liked it better when she had the amnesia and she was discovering a little bit more about her abilities, etc.
Yeah.
I like that because it still felt grounded and it still felt like part of that world. But now it's like we've got this ground level, gritty thing with a guy with a gun going around killing criminals. And then we have this, like, it's kind of like a Superman type thing, but like I don't think it's handled very well. I don't know. Maybe I'm in the minority there when it comes to how they did Starfire, but for me, it kind of, whenever she's on screen doing something that doesn't really connect with what's happening in the story, it kind of pulls me right out of it.
Because you know what? Here was the thing, like how it was in the very beginning, like the first episode, and once we got it. I thought, and I don't know if anybody else thought, but I thought that the flashbacks that she was having was her, seeing Jason. You know what I mean? Like seeing what was actually happening with him. And I thought I thought that she was going to be the connective tissue to finding him or finding out what really happened. And but then they're bringing her sister in, and I'm hoping that and I agree. Like I think that storyline, that range, is like they need to get back to the meat of who she is, like us seeing her, understanding more so her backstory, her discovering who she is, because truthfully we haven't seen her use the full extent of her powers yet.
Not yet.
And but I understand that it's going to take us time to get there. But I think that basically adding these, like Justin, and I agree, Justin, adding these other elements onto her story kind of takes away from us seeing who she is, and it's weighing that down a bit. So I want to kind of dive into that. I do understand.
I expected her story to be on a bigger scale, like right off the jump.
I agree.
In this season, so that was a little surprising. But we'll see where they go with. I mean, there's still a lot of story left to tell with her. With like obviously you're not like itching for Raven to come back, but I kind of am.
There's enough meat on the bone for me to be happy. I still enjoy everything else. So a few weird scenes with Raven every now and then whining about something.
Well, the only reason I'm looking forward to her coming back is because I think Donna is coming with her. And
that's what I want. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Donna Troy was
obviously, good. She's in that huge poster, right? With all of the season 3 cast. She's right there. So she's obviously coming back. So I'm all for that. But I'm wondering if we're ever I haven't seen season 2 of Doom Patrol, by the way. In fact, I don't think I even finished season 1. Is Cyborg ever going to come back
and that was
come to the Titans?
That was my...
That'd be great too, though, man.
I don't know. I don't know. Like that was one of my questions. Like,
slow burn,
baby.
See
her? Like, is it going to be one of those things? I mean, are we going to see Cyborg drop back in with it? I mean, I know that they actually brought him in with the Doom Patrol, and I get that. But it's just like, okay, are we going to get a chance to see that dynamic, that chemistry? And who knows, like we might, or it might be a totally different iteration that we see in this, like each team, or because I don't know, like, do you guys think that they would even drop a team up with the Doom Patrol and the do you think that they would do it again? They did it, but we didn't get a chance to see it fleshed out like that. You know what I mean? So who knows?
I'm sure they will.
I think we'll see a
DC
crossover.
loves their
I don't know how
crossovers.
extensive it'll be, but I think we'll get more of it.
I know I'm
swinging out.
So. I know I'm trying to hit a home run on this one, but do you guys think that we might get Hawk back at all? I mean, it is a comic book show. Everybody come back to life.
I don't think so.
At some point.
I don't know.
I don't see that one.
But
I think they.
You gotta have a boy. Jack the Lazarus Pit.
Hawk is done.
Right. Hawk was my boy, bro. Hawk was the dude, bro.
Said you gotta have.
I like that suit. I like that suit for Donna.
Yeah, me too, bro.
Yeah,
that suit is incredible.
That'd be a sick point to scale.
This reminds So Toys. I hope, because it reminds me of a chick I saw in Vinny's room. But I think So Toys. What you say?
So Toys.
They're making Raven. Come on.
Keep Raven and bring Donna Troy first. We need Donna first.
So,
Donna Troy.
so they are
cancel Raven. Do this
and make Donna Troy. Yes. Tell me this doesn't give you kind of Elektra vibes though. Tell me.
Well, kind of, sorta. I can see Elektra.
Like, I see this right now, and I'm like, I could see her as Elektra.
I can see Elektra. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
any fierce lady could be Elektra, I suppose.
Dude, Elektra is a very
any fierce lady.
That is true.
I like that.
That is true.
That was cool.
Give credit where credit is due. Elektra is a great character.
Yeah.
And you need a good actor.
Yo, Justice on a roll.
Fierce lady, baby.
Any fierce lady can be.
Yeah.
But no,
Donna Troy, that'll be a dope 1/6 scale, man.
So this is what I'm.
I need that. I need.
So why? So okay. So for what we know right now, So is doing a Raven. All right. So they are
doing Raven.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing
Yeah.
Raven.
They are.
They're doing Beast Boy. They haven't shown it yet, but I've seen something behind the scenes. They're doing Beast Boy. They're
And
doing
Superboy.
Superboy. They're doing.
I already
Nightwing
pre-ordered that, boy. I'm
and-
getting him soon.
Nice.
Yeah, that's me too. I
I
can't
need
wait
to find
to
a
get
leather
that.
jacket that'll go on him. To be honest.
Yeah, I was. You know what? That's what I was trying to find an
eBay,
accessory.
Bro. eBay.
Yeah.
When I did I did a custom Red Hood. eBay,
Yeah.
bro.
You can find it on eBay.
Yeah, so the guys. I think it's called the guy's Rattlesnake something. He does a lot of custom leather jackets, guns, the belts for like custom figures. Yeah, Rattlesnake, bro.
I shall have a look because I think he needs his leather jacket. They also said they're doing Jason Todd as Robin, but then also Red Hood. So
they're going to do both. That's
Dead
like,
Red
I'm getting
Hood.
that.
Dead Red Hood. Now,
he said the
okay.
prototype is already done for Jason Todd as Robin. By the way, the prototype is done. He just needs to solicit it whenever, eventually. I hope.
Nice.
So Justin,
That's so sick.
Sorry.
while you were here, real quick, while you were here, if you can give us a little insight on how the hell are we going to be able to get our third party pieces now? Like how?
Okay, yeah. There's a new company that I've just started working with, and their website is going to be up next week, I think. So they contacted me and they said, hey, basically what happened is Toys Wonderland will not be selling third-party Marvel and DC stuff anymore.
That sucks.
But anything that has been ordered and fully paid off is still going to be sent to you. So you haven't lost your money. Obviously, they have to honor the orders, but they won't be doing any more third-party. But there is a new company that I started working with. And I don't know if I can reveal the name yet, so I won't.
Don't do that.
But they messaged me on Instagram and they said, hey...
Yeah. We'll have it coming.
Let's work. Yeah, let's work together. And they will be doing. They will be selling third-party unlicensed stuff. In fact, there are a lot of places. 1/6 Kit has third-party unlicensed.
Yeah, he still has.
Giant Toys, KG.
Giant Toys, 1/6 Outfitters, or eBay. You can always go to eBay.
I still look out on eBay, man. I'm telling you, I still find my.
I'm scared of eBay, man.
I still find it though, man. I got a good rapport with some people on eBay. Bro.
A price always looks good on eBay though, and then once you're like paying for it, you're like, oh wait, there's the eBay tax, and then there's this, and it's like, oh, this was supposed to be $150, and now it's like $225. What the hell just happened? Like, yeah.
See, I don't know how it works over there, but we don't have any of this like. Oh, the secret tax, and it might be this much. In Australia, it's like the price you pay is on the website, and then that's it. It's included all the taxes and special fees and, all this other rubbish. But I always know in the States, whenever you go to check out, and they're like, oh, yeah, the thing is $5 plus $2 here, plus $3 here, plus $4 here, plus $25. You're like, what the hell?
You feel the digital hand like sliding into your pocket
because
deeper and deeper.
When Toys Wonderland said they wouldn't do no more third party, bro, I was like, oh my god, dude, I gotta go to eBay.
Yeah,
but they'll still have all like Hot Toys and stuff. They're still gonna have all that. So.
Yes, yes, and
somebody said, go ahead, Justin.
I can't wait for that, boy. What?
Oh. Yes.
Oh, I can't wait to get that in the house.
And they listened to me with the fabric, with the armor plates being separate to the fabric undersuit. It's not a rubber thing. so you'll be able to pose the shit out of it and not have to worry.
Oh, that's not rubber.
That's dope.
No,
nah, it's fabric.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sick.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get that in the house, man.
That's
my
awesome.
god.
Before we get too deep on this one, just what you had mentioned earlier about do we think we'll see more of Hawk? I think it was Daryl Smith Jr. mentioned it in the chat, which is accurate. We probably won't, because he's probably going to be too busy, the actor, because he's cast as the lead in the Amazon Prime Jack Reacher series.
He's doing Jack Reacher now?
Yeah. So they're starting with the original book in the series, because they made 2 movies with Tom Cruise.
With Tom Cruise,
like 5-7. But now they're actually going to have an actor who is supposed to be about the same size, roughly, as the character Jack Reacher, because I love that series.
Yeah.
And they're starting with the very first book in the series, Killing Floor, and he's playing Jack Reacher. So he's probably going to be pretty busy with that.
Cool.
He was also
he'd be good, Jack Reacher.
Ninja Turtles movies.
Killing Floor was a great book. Yeah. And that definitely a huge imposing figure in the book.
Yeah.
So, he'll be a great Jack Reacher.
That might have been kind of the impetus behind them deciding, okay, we're going to use this character as the catalyst for what's going on with Jason by having him die like that.
Watching him die, I was not expecting him to die, man, at all.
I was like,
bro, but you know what? Okay, him dying, but that fucking scene was amazing.
It was deep.
Seeing bro, but it was like Superboy gets there,
seeing him fail,
and he gets there, and it's almost like. But the dopest part was when they seen Crypto walk through the flames, bro. I was like, yo,
that was straight up. That was from BVS. That was BVS.
All right, but when Dove hopped on top of him and started making out with him, and then took off her shirt, I was like, is that really the way to keep your heart rate under control so that you don't die sooner? Like, this was like flawed storytelling right there. I'm like, come on, dude. Like, that killed him a little faster.
Yeah. But bro, the way it played out, like just the way it played out, the way, basically her, jumping the gun, and how Jason Todd played the F out of her, bro. Like it was just like a play on the emotions. It was something like. Okay, so
really,
I knew
Jonathan Crane played the fuck out of it.
But it was how that scene, because we know Jonathan Crane had a lot to do with it, but it was how that scene played out. And the thing is, I knew that Hawk was gonna die. I
thought he would make it, bro.
I knew he was gonna die. I knew he was gonna go.
I didn't expect him to get blown up like that, man.
Even in the comics, Superboy doesn't usually get to play out the Lex Luthor part of him. So him working on a cure for to try to get his heart to stop, like that was cool, because it's always just like go be the brute and throw some tanks around, but he doesn't have the Luthor part.
The Luthor part of him,
to see that level of intelligence,
he was very smart, bro. That's the Luthor part of it. But it was like just to see him get he was almost there to save him, bro, and like to see him die like that. I said, "Wow, he's got to be tech."
Like that,
he's not as fast as the
Flash. Had nothing
right.
That adds Superboy into that whole mythos, which in just a brilliant way.
Right. But that whole scene reminded me of BVS when Superman was in the Capitol building that blew up. Yeah, and he was standing there in the fire, and he couldn't do anything about to save anybody.
Yeah,
that whole scene was so cold. That's like that, bro.
I like the simple fact that, again, like, as even and it's sad to say, even in the books, we haven't seen much of that level of intelligence that Superboy possesses. And I'm glad that they basically took this direction to show us that no, he is a clone of both. He has both DNA of Clark and him. Like, so it's kind of good to actually see that they are, using that to their advantage. Like, bro, it was beautifully done. It was.
Well, Clark is smart too now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's not as, but this is like an intelligence on a whole different level.
Conversation at a cocktail party, smart. He's not like reinventing.
No, wait. Y'all gotta get off Superman. You're gonna leave Kal-El alone. You're gonna leave Kal alone tonight. Okay. That's my number one go-to. You're gonna leave Kal-El alone tonight. The dude sits in the fortress and discovers cures for a bunch of diseases. The only one he's still trying to get the cure for is cancer. You can read that. That's in the books. So you can't put Kal-El
No, we're not. But at the same time, even in that book, he didn't do it alone. he didn't do it alone. It wasn't just him. We're talking about
I'm not
history.
saying he wouldn't be good at trivia night at a bar. I'm just saying. I mean, Lex is.
Leave Kyle alone. Leave him alone.
Yeah,
See how you messing with my boys?
He said,
"Thank you, Jetta. Thank you, Jetta. Thank you, Jetta."
But I mean, I think again, the episode, the thing is, this is like, yo, I hate but love the simple fact that we gotta wait.
Yeah,
like I hate that. It's not something like I hate the simple fact. It's like,
bro.
damn, because it's like you get so invested in the episode, and it's just like. Damn, like once you get to that and yo, like again, they couldn't have picked a better person to play Scarecrow, bro.
Oh my god,
like he
so good.
I was like, this mother, like it was just, bro. It was on.
Do you
point,
think
man.
we'll see him wearing that creepy ass?
No,
I hope so.
No, they
I hope so.
What you say?
Shown it.
You think they don't? Wait. I think that he'll probably wear the mask, not the full guard, but probably the mask.
Something. The mask.
You don't think
so,
bro?
I think he gets it back from the Batcave at some point.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
The mask and the hat, at least the hat and the mask, bro. We gotta see
Jason. I think Jason is gonna get into the Batcave at some point in this season, for whatever reason, and I think he's gonna snag that while he's there.
I like all the trinkets that we're seeing, the holographic T-Rex and the huge penny and
that was cool.
Cabinet,
that was cool. That was
I
cool to see that. That was cool.
I just want to see the bat suit now, just one time.
Yeah. I need to see him in it.
Not him wearing it, just in a cabinet or something in the back cave. Like, where is it? Is it safe? Is it okay? I want to see it.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, man. Like, I mean, I'm super hype for next episode. Like, I can't. The thing is, it's like, because, if they continue to expand on the books in general, I mean, because they're going in a positive direction, even with this actual story, bro. And the thing is, like, Nightwing ain't no damn slouch, bro. He is not no damn slouch, bro. And the thing is, bro, like, is it me? Or did he get brawny beefy since the last season?
Yeah, he got bigger.
Even Steph was saying when we watched the first episode, she's like, "What the hell? I thought he was supposed to be a circus performer, but this guy's fucking jacked."
Yeah, bro. Like,
I was like, I love that.
Yo, he got beefed up,
bigger.
and then that, like I said,
too. He's one of ours, so we'll take credit.
Yeah, okay.
He's smuggling some ham hocks under his sleeves, man.
That boy got big, man.
I have a question for everybody. I have a question for everybody that has been bothering me all season long. Can somebody please explain to me what the fuck happened to Oracle's leg? Because how do you get shot in your spine and losing?
Well, the actress that
she has one leg for real.
The actress has one leg for real, bro. Yeah. So she's
her leg is crossed, but yet there's no leg underneath it.
She lost her leg. They chose that actress because she has great range, but it's a simple fact that she lost her leg in real life.
So Joker shot her, then sawed her leg off?
They never explained it, bro. That bothered me too. Because I had to keep reminding. I kept reminding to see her in the chair. I mean, I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah. But we haven't seen how she became paralyzed in this. So just like they've tweaked things, maybe the Joker like ran her down with a car
her leg off or
something like that. Maybe it wasn't a bullet, or maybe it was, but there was also other damage. They fought, and then he shot. So, I mean, I'm sure there's other stuff there that if they want to explore, they can. But I don't think they have to. I think it's just they found an actress who had the chops for the role, and she was in a wheelchair and had one leg.
Because I can't stop looking at it. It's like, what is going on? It's like, why don't you just have the leg sitting down? You never seen nobody with one leg in a wheelchair with it crossed, but no leg underneath it. It's bothering me. It's just gotten bothering me.
Vinny, I'm done with you tonight, bro.
It's back like on In Living Color when Damon Wayans played the head detective and he just had the feet and the hands. And
yeah.
You're like, no limbs. You don't know where they went.
I watched Joker's Cave and he got a leg like Christmas Story with a lamp. He got Barbara Gordon's leg like Christmas Story's lamp. Man, that's fucked up.
That would be amazing. That's sick, but amazing. I
had to
wish she
keep
was a little bit
that
older,
part, man,
because she's pretty young to be considered like a commissioner of the entire police department.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, obviously that's a small price to pay as far as suspending disbelief in a show about superheroes. So it's not like that's not horrible, but yeah, it would have been good if she was a little bit older, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but I mean, man, good stuff, bro. Like, I mean, what's the verse, bro? We're here. We're in it. Bruce, come on, man. You gotta get caught up. Well, what's going on with you, bro? Like,
I'm about to get caught up. I'm about to go do it right now. I got to get
Yeah.
these kids ready for school. First day of school tomorrow. I'm about to get caught up right now. I got to watch 3 episodes. I mean, y'all, you gave spoilers, but you didn't give spoilers.
Yeah.
So I ain't mad at it.
You gotta watch it, bro. You gotta watch
There's
it, bro.
so much more to enjoy in the show that this does not ruin that.
Yeah, I'm going to get caught up right now. I'll see y'all later. It was good chatting with y'all. All that.
All right,
I'm going to get caught up right now. Thank you for inviting me to the show.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, bro.
Thank you.
And
Everybody,
you always invite me.
back.
Come on in. Come on in anytime you want,
absolutely.
bro.
After I get caught up, though.
You gotta watch. You gotta
Get
watch.
caught up and come on back in, bro.
Definitely.
So,
all right, bro.
Definitely,
Everybody
man. Like I
have a good
said,
night.
so this is, you know, again, like we've had a chance to kind of, witness greatness with the show. Like, I mean, there's nothing but good things, ahead for it. Good writing, so far. And the thing is, this is for like a show that, and I'm going to be honest. Like I said, the first season, I was really I was skeptical about it because I didn't think. But putting it on a network where, because I'm put it this way, it wouldn't have worked on CW at all.
No.
This would not have worked on CW at all.
Too grimy.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Will.
It would have been about all the.
Will's in the chat. Look at this nonsense.
It would have.
Oh,
Yeah, it would
Fake news. Fake news.
Wow, Will.
Will, man,
Fake
here we
news.
go with that. But no, I mean, yeah, I'm really excited about where it's going. We're gonna actually move to a part of the show where we're gonna give recommendations to pretty much anybody out there who's, interested on reading material, stuff that you want to actually pick up, some great source material, just things that you want to actually try to catch up on. We got a couple of here from Vinny. I'm gonna start with Vinny first, man. Like, I know that you, had a few pieces that you kind of wanted to actually talk about.
Hold on. You got to highlight Jetta's response to Will just now because
I saw
that's
it.
priceless.
I saw it, but
And
yeah,
then we
Vinny.
keep going, but I can't let that slide. That one was good.
So, Vinny, actually, what you got going on, bro? What you think?
So, a lot of the season obviously revolves around Jason Todd, and so we got to jump off with Death in the Family. So, if you are completely, new to comic book shows and sometimes, or comic books itself, and you're watching Titans and you're interested in these stories and you want to know some of the source material, where they're getting these stories from, and the jump off for Jason Todd's story is Death in the Family. Back in the day, he was robbing Batman's, hubcaps, and it was always a kind of a like slightly despised character among the comic book readers back in the day, before internet and everything like that, to the point where they came up with a hotline where you up and you can choose whether he was going to live or die. It was like first time the editors actually like kind of try to interact with fans and try to progress the storyline. And obviously they chose death. And I'm sure that they were going to kill him either way, but they wanted to like put the onus on the fans a little bit, like y'all made us do this. But honestly, what they were doing is taking a character that wasn't working.
They said it was only by like a small margin.
Yeah, I feel like they were going to do it either way. I feel like they had in mind what they wanted to do with the story, and But anyways, the story's called Death in the Family. It basically is, in a nutshell, about Jason Todd being lured to his death by the Joker in a long, very entertaining and articulate story that basically ends with Joker beating him to death with a crowbar, like in the show, and then blowing up a warehouse that he's in as Batman, who knew that Robin was going to face Joker alone but couldn't stop him in time, races to go save him, and was too late. They switched that up in Titans to take the attention off of Batman's emotional reaction to Jason dying and switching it to the Titans, which is obviously the point of the show. But that is a great jumping off reading point for this season's show, because that is how he died. So you get to see a totally different road to where he became dead. And then fast forwarding to Batman 637, which is the first appearance of Red Hood, and where we get to see Jason Todd is back, but we don't know he's Jason Todd. We know he's Red Hood, and he's somebody who's kicking everybody's ass and killing villains and just being a new villain who's incredibly adept and Batman all kinds of problems. However, Batman recognizes a lot of the fighting style, a lot of the moves, and eventually discovers that Jason Todd is back. And then we eventually discover that Ra's al Ghul had put him in a pit and that he had came back. And his motivation for attacking Batman was, hey, man, like, you just were cool with me, with Joker killing me, and you didn't kill Joker. So it was very like compelling story. Again, something that they changed for the show because that would put the emphasis on Batman's, response and motivation as opposed to the Titans. So it's like, but here's where you can read how it was done in the comics to see how it was done differently. Now there's animated shows that do this. Under the Red Hood, of course, is a classic animated series. And then last year, the year before, they came out with Death in the Family on Blu-ray. And the great thing is, there's so many people who do streaming now, but if you get the Blu-ray, it's a choose your own adventure. You get to pick different things where decisions of Batman saves him, Batman doesn't, and there's like 30, 40 different outcomes that you can find when you're watching the movie. And then, of course, you have Oracle in the season 2, who's in a wheelchair, and you can kind of get the premise of that, how that all happened, and where the Red Hood origins are from The Killing Joke, which is, of course, one of the most classic stories of all time by Alan Moore and Brian Boland, which is also an animated series. So you can read the comic, you can watch the animated series, and get a different twist on what they did on Titans. That's the origin, how it all came to be. And then there's also great Titan stories. What was the first one? A Kid's Game. This was.
Hold on a second. Okay. It just kind of blanked out on me real quick. This is stupid. I hate this thing. I do. I hate it, bro. Hold on. Let me go back in here. I hate Facebook sometimes, bro. It really gets on my nerves. It does. Hold on a second. Here we go. That's what we're looking for. So, you said you can keep going though.
Yeah, so DC rebooted Teen Titans, with Jeff Johns and Mike McCone, and he had this great reboot story with introducing new characters and the Superboy origin, and it's one of the of the modern age, one of the seminal, up there with Judas, all that. This is one of my favorite stories. It basically like in the era in the 2000s, they were rebooting a lot of stories in Marvel and DC.
Yeah.
And Teen Titans were on the list, and some were great, some were not so great. Titans were one of the ones that just really just worked all the way around, and it was hard to get sales and get going. And they did it with this amazing art. It had amazing writing, and they made so many different characters cool who were never really cool before. Like Beast Boy was amazing in this. Cyborg was awesome.
Bro, the cover is incredible, bro.
I had that book.
It had a lot of Michael Turner covers that they would do a lot of times. And then you had the introduction of Superboy. This is where they first found out like Lex was part of his parentage, of the cloning process. The stories were really fantastic in it, and they had a lot of Deathstroke, a lot of higher stakes, a lot of just more adult themes than some of the older, more younger themed books. This was a book that was more like, they weren't adults like they are in Titans, but they were a lot more adult themes. It wasn't so fun. They were going through some shit in these books, and then that was like the first 6-8 issues, and then the follow up was what was the next series is they did A Family Lost, and that had a lot of Brother Blood, and it had a lot of Raven story, and it was I don't want to give away a lot of it. It's a great story to read if you're a Teen Titans fan or just fan of comics in general, just to see kind of the difference between what we're seeing on screen versus kind of like the crux of
the book.
where they're getting from it in the comic books, and
Yeah.
that's what we all as comic book fans hope to see is from shows like this, from people saying, "Oh man, Titans is amazing. I don't know anything about these characters. Where should I start reading?"
There
These
you
are
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good book.
Yeah,
I had that
Lost
one too.
Family. Yeah,
That's a
Lost
great
Family.
book.
That one is definitely incredible.
Mhm.
Brendan, we got a couple of pieces from you as well. This is going to be stepping pretty much temporarily out of the Marvel realm. We're going into something else.
Well, out of the DC realm and into Marvel.
I mean, without the DC. Yeah, sorry about that. We're stepping out of the DC realm, going strictly into Marvel. Which, I mean, you are touching on, like, exactly one of my all-time favorite characters. You know what I mean?
I wanted to go. So I wanted to just have a little bit of a difference from the main topic tonight, just to kind of give a little bit of variety. But I think this iteration of this character still kind of works within some of the darker themes, especially like the artwork too that I sent Lael. So this is the 2020 5-part miniseries of Spider-Man Noir.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't stress how much I enjoyed this miniseries and how much I love it. And I wanted to go with a suggestion here that wasn't steeped in too much kind of lore, wasn't, like, all right, well, if I'm going to go and read this, but I've got to read 20 other things around it to get the full. I wanted something that was in isolation that somebody can just go tomorrow and pick up and read and just have a completely encapsulated story and enjoy that for what it is. I absolutely love the art style of this miniseries that they did here. It's phenomenal. They've done other Spider-Man Noir runs before, but this one, the art style is phenomenal. The first issue, he's in New York City, but then after that, he's basically going on a globe-trotting adventure, fighting some Nazis and some noir 30s, 40s iterations of characters like Electro, and so you get to see some. The writing, the dialogue is amazing. It feels like it's pulled right out of those like pulp, 30s to 50s noir style, movies and novels.
Awesome.
It's got this noir, like Indiana Jones, Spider-Man trifecta that is so much fun. I love the way that it's black and white, but then you get those pops of color, like the red, on the lights there, on the sirens. We see other classic characters. I told you that one earlier. Yeah. We see other classic characters and how they're portrayed, like Felicia Hardy, like MJ, Tony Stark, and we get to see those. So it's really, really cool. I recommend going in and checking all the Marvel Noir miniseries that they've done. Daredevil, Iron Man, Punisher, X-Men, like they've done a phenomenal job with those. But this is probably my favorite. If you like noir, if you like this art style, if you like Indiana Jones, if you like Spider-Man, this is going to be all of that combined, and it's a nice kind of enclosed story for you to jump into and really enjoy and not have to worry about having comic book knowledge outside of this core story. And I think it's an absolutely great series. It's only 5 issues, so it's a quick and easy read. And it just kind of opens the door for, this bad boy right here. So Toys, again, killing it. This is one of my favorite, figures in general, never mind just third party. And reading this book, and then like you just have to get it. It's that amazing.
Yeah, he's awesome, man.
So this, it's a lot of fun as a series. And I can't recommend it enough. So it's definitely something that is a nice, quick, like easy one night read. And you don't have to worry about, any type of background knowledge on it. It's just there for your enjoyment that moment, and you're good to go.
Definitely, man. Like, well, people, you got some good source material here, places where you can actually go to get some good pieces. Justin, my man, where can now, as far as because we've talked about the comic book side. What people don't understand is, like, especially if you're a new collector, you can find a lot of these pieces now. Like, again, we talked about Toys Wonderland at one point did have, even like I said with this Spider-Man Noir, like that. Brendan, I agree with you, bro. Like, yo, that is one of my all-time favorite. I got it sitting right. It's fully posable. What they use and
you can
how
pose
they
the crap
you
out
can
of that.
pose the hell out of that piece. Like, it is such an amazing piece to have in your collection. But again, like I said, if you are a collector, I mean, don't. I mean, you got to kind of live a little. Like, I mean, go beyond just like the regular IPs, especially if there are, figures out there that you're looking for that you don't think you would ever see. Check some of these third-party companies. Now, again, we do stress that they are unlicensed. So they are unlicensed companies for right now. So again, we have to put that out there. But if you, so and it might, when you try to find them, they won't be the same name. Like Spider-Man, Noir is what is the Dark Spider right now. Yeah. So like they always give these characters a different name, but we know who they are. Especially.
But you can go through this book. You can literally go through this series and just scroll pages, find a badass pose on a page in that book, and then you can take that figure and you can put him in that pose. That's
now is this book still for sale?
This right here.
It's a new book.
Yeah, it came out in 2020.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna try to find that.
That right there is incredible, bro. Like,
just the pictures. No, I'm gonna dive into it.
You can do that exact pose with this video. Like, it's Social Toys absolutely killed it.
Yo,
only two Spider-Man I don't have is.
You don't have the Noir?
Spider-Punk and Noir were the only two I didn't pick up.
Yeah,
they're great.
Bro, that
Spider-Punk is highly underrated. I
love Spider-Punk. I just can't.
No,
I don't
ask
know,
Justin.
man.
I slept on it for a while and I didn't pick it up right away, but then I did eventually pick it up before it like sold out at like retail. And I was like, oh my god, I can't believe
I watched Justin's review on it, man. I just
such presence.
That's a horrible video, so I apologize. It's one of my older videos, so I apologize that you had to sit through.
Nah, man. Nah. It was still.
I don't know.
It's a great
Maybe
I don't know. That's the only two I don't. I'm going to get Noir, man.
Bro.
But
yeah, you gotta get Noir.
I just haven't pulled on Spider-Punk, man. I just haven't.
Justin, how surprised were you at the quality of that guitar that comes with Spider-Punk?
The guitar is awesome. I love the guitar.
It's heavy. It's like it doesn't feel cheap and plasticky
unique.
At all.
Yeah, the Spidey itself is super unique. I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting bored and I want weird and wonderful things now, but like he's just so weird and so unique, and he stands out. And that's why
I can't wait for Cyborg Spidey.
Cyborg Spidey. I'm so happy about Cyborg Spidey.
We're right there. We're like maybe the only two, but I'm right there.
Thank you for sharing my thumbnail there.
Yes. yes.
I do have to say that we need to show Will some love because he, he's not a big fan of third party, or he hasn't been.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he took a gamble and he bought the Ebony Maw, and of course, the one person that this shouldn't happen to, but did. He has a tear in the suit of
and the peg broke,
and the wrist peg came apart. The wrist peg can be fixed. But the suit, and I'm like, oh my god, it couldn't happen to a person that was more in doubt about picking up third party figures. And now of course he's saying, oh, I don't want to pick up any more third party because this has happened. But I also reminded him that just as easily that could have happened to an official product. I've had a ton of official products that had the same issue.
Listen, my Spider-Man, actually my
something in my throat there.
Yeah, you silly. My Spider-Man homemade suit. The cloth is ripping around the neck right now. It ripped open. And now I have to basically either get a new one, find a replacement. Like it's, like
It can happen.
Yeah, because I noticed it when I was. Yeah, it was crazy.
He just rubbed some charcoal on him. He's battle damaged. He's at the end of Homecoming. That's what he is.
You could do that, but
you could do that and match him with your Vulture now.
Well, see, I had him basically pose. See, I did the speaking of Vulture. That piece, that iron scavenger is freaking,
Yeah,
bro. When they said that those wings are 4 feet across, it is literally 4 feet, bro. Like there's no way to put that in a D-top. I have it actually sitting on the top, but I did, like
I don't
literally.
even know how that's a question. How did anybody think that was gonna fit in a D-top?
Yeah, that thing,
you
that
can barely fit
you
Batman
can't,
Beyond
you can't.
in a
But see,
D-top.
you know what? To be quite honest, you can almost barely fit that thing in a module case, bro. For real.
Yeah, I don't think you could unless you get a big one. I did suggest to Jazz Inc. and he declined my suggestion, unfortunately. But I did suggest maybe making a not true to scale, like a stunt version that's still the same amount of detail, still the same shape, but just smaller, like the same size as the wings from Falcon. So it's still you still get the wings, but it's more manageable.
It's a small.
So it's kind of like a hybrid. He said that would obviously
him not wanting to do that though. I respect
absolutely.
Him,
I didn't hold any grudges in not doing that, obviously. But he said new parts would have to be made. But I think. Wow.
See now this comment right here. If you saw Jetta's post on Facebook earlier tonight,
my Grievous is just arrived, by the way. I haven't opened it yet. It's downstairs.
Oh, you got it. Oh,
yeah.
Jetta posted in the Facebook groups about Sideshow posting a job listing for social media team member, and he said, "I wonder if I've got a shot." This is his application right here.
This is application
tonight.
I think with third-party figures, you have to remember. I watched another YouTuber who tech channel MKBHD, and he said,
Marquez,
Marquez. He says expectations are the thief of joy, and I think what Will was expecting was a Hot Toys quality item, but even then, I don't think that Ebony Maw is that far off a Hot Toys piece from 2 to 3 years ago. I think it's pretty close. Same thing.
I think the hype
Robin.
is what built it up for him.
I think you're right. So I said to Will, maybe because he has the option to return it, I said maybe return it and get another one, and then if the new one doesn't meet your expectations, no more third party. That could be what does it. But anyway, back to what
I'm gonna go on eBay and buy him tonight. I might get him tonight.
Ebony Maw, I look behind in the module case with Ebony Maw next to Thanos. It looks like a hot toy right there. It doesn't look like that's a third party. It looks like it was made to go with Thanos.
Yeah.
Maybe in isolation he doesn't hold up as well, but when you put him with the characters that he's meant to be displayed with, it elevates.
Yeah.
So standing next to Thanos, especially, that's where I have mine. I have mine standing right next to Thanos, and it's perfect.
See, I posed mine.
Maul's coming. I can't wait to get him.
I have him posed, in the back of because Vinny, you know which book I'm talking about. Yeah, I have him posed right beyond Strange because, like I said, that book itself, like I have that run, and that book was amazing. And the thing is, it's like people who have never really read the lore in the books, you have to understand in Ebony Maw in the books, the power setting that you actually see on film is far more advanced than what he is in the book. He's a silver tongue in the book. Like, that's basically his ability. He can talk you into any and everything in the books itself. So, this basically power setting that you see on film is just something that they add to make the character more interesting. But I think, in my opinion, understanding his power set, just to see him in that element more so like they did in the books would have been crazy because that's just how he is. Like, he can talk you into anything. So he's very persuasive. But, man, again, with these third-party pieces, like I said, you have to understand it's again, as we've seen, and I think somebody even told me that this company has what they've done now is they've stopped the run of, or I guess right now it's on backward. They've pushed the release of the next batch of Grievous for a couple of months now. Like they really pushed it. They pushed it back.
They're going to make changes.
I'm still waiting to pay mine off through Sideshow. So
okay, well, if they're making changes, then I'm going to be super unhappy because I've got one now. Does that mean that I'm going to be eligible to exchange it in December with a fixed version?
Well, they would have to.
I have to watch your video. I didn't watch the Grievous one yet.
They've already screwed the consumer over once here. You can't screw them over again.
I'm reserving judgment for when I open mine because don't forget the original was no Saint either. The Black Series version, horrible. It's impossible.
They said it was horrible,
It's super hard to work with. So, as I said before, expectations are the thief of joy. If you're expecting it to be some super sturdy, rock solid beast of a thing, the original was never like that. In fact, there was the Hasbro 12-inch one, same thing. It's the design of this character is, unless you're using super sturdy ratcheted joints with some die cast in there, which Sideshow ain't gonna do that.
No, definitely not.
I think that people like Will did with Ebony Maw. People overhyped Grievous in their own mind. So I had a tough time reviewing it the first time with the original because I still have the original. I'm curious to see how this one compares to the original. I don't think I'm going to pull them out and have them side by side because they look exactly the same. It would make no difference.
Unless one of them falls apart and just a pile of one.
See, that's what I'm so scared of, man. I missed the first one.
People are doing this, and the arm is just going down. But like the original, unless you got it and then you positioned it and you clicked the ratchet joint at the shoulder in place, it wouldn't stay up either.
I think more people were kind of showing that, like, well, Sideshow was they were obfuscating the they weren't, when, like, Ryan even said, he got, like, kicked out of or muted in their live stream chat on Sideshow's channel because he was like, what actual improvements have you made? Are the joints stronger? And they wouldn't answer the question. They'd be like, the person in there would be like, oh, I don't know. But they never would actually answer the question. Here's my thing. So there are two things that I want to say about Grievous. The first one is more about our kind of collecting community in general. Look, I have no love for Sideshow as a company. I don't like a lot of stuff that they do, okay, from a business standpoint, all right? My issue, they deserve all the criticism that's coming their way for this release, 100%. What shouldn't be happening is collectors criticizing other collectors for being optimistic and ordering the figure, hoping that they're going to get something they like. I saw, a lot of comments in Facebook groups today about, like, oh, well, you guys are stupid. Why can't you just be patient and wait for Hot Toys to make one?
I see that so often.
First of all, there's no guarantee that Hot Toys is going to make one. Just like we didn't get Padme, just like we didn't get Baze Malbus. Like,
no Mace Windu.
Only reason why we got Cyborg was because of the Zack Snyder cut, right?
All of those other characters, way higher chance than them doing a Grievous. Padme, Baze,
and so that's the thing. It's like, look, but even if they announce it tomorrow, it's 2 years before they actually get it. So if somebody loves this character and they want that character in their collection, this is the only option that they have in 6 scale.
Yeah.
Now, maybe they say, hey, you know what? I'm willing to roll the dice, buy it, and if it comes in and it's shit, I can return it, get my money back. If it comes in and it's got problems, but for the pose that I want, I can, like, maneuver it and I can make it work within my collection, and I'll be happy, then more power to you. Go for it. Just like I don't care about the single joints on the Armorer, because the poses that I want, I can get her in it, no problem. Lael is disappointed because he wanted to do some stuff that's difficult to do with the single joints. That's totally fine. So we have those differences, based on our preferences there. But, like, if somebody ordered it and was optimistic and hoping that they were going to get something that was really good, don't shit on them for that. Don't criticize them. Like, don't be like, oh, just wait for Hot Toys. There's no guarantee Hot Toys is going to do it.
They're not going to do it.
It's going to be 2 years minimum.
They're not going to do it.
So let people, criticize Sideshow for not doing what they should have done on their end. But don't criticize other collectors if they did. Like, I passed on it. I didn't want it. I thought it was going to suck. But I'm not begrudging anybody else who got it because they wanted to hopefully get something that maybe they lucked out and it was good. So let's not not criticize collectors.
There's one thing that I wish they fixed, and it's the chest plates on the original and on this one are really far apart. You know how Obi-Wan rips it apart and then he blasts him?
Yeah.
This is already super far apart. You can see the whole organ thing.
Man.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to heat up the chest panels on mine and see if I can bring them closer together to close up that gap on one of them, because it's not meant to be that far apart. Like, it looks like Obi-Wan, ripped it open
already.
So I was hoping that they would fix that, but they obviously have changed nothing. The molds are tired. The molds have been used a ton of times. There's mold degradation now, so they're not the tolerances aren't as tight. Does that mean it's horrible? I don't know. As I said, mine was just delivered while we were streaming. So I'll try and review it today. I do have a little bit of a backlog, unfortunately, so I don't know if it'll get done today, but it might be today or tomorrow, and then we'll see.
So my issues, though, when it comes to that release in general, just a couple of quick bullet points. One is it's $35 more than the original release. It's not about like, okay, well, like, you know, if a price increase is not that big of a deal to me. If it's warranted, it looks like no additional manufacturing prowess was exercised on this, but also you get one less sculpt because it had like a battle damage sculpt
I got the
before.
Luckily from the last time.
Yeah, you don't get that now.
What?
So you also the stands. They're literally the same exact thing. Like it says 2014 on the copyright thing on the bottom of the stands. They're like 7 years old. Okay. Which makes me wonder if some of the bodies themselves have been sitting around in a warehouse for 7 years, given the state.
Well,
they're coming
2020 is printed on the box as well, so that mean they were ready last year as well. Like, what the hell are they doing with them? Are they sitting around the warehouse? Very weird.
those things, you know, the old bases, which everybody hated to begin with. All right, and then that like you're paying more, but you're actually not getting as much in this. And you're not getting any improvements. So where did that extra 35 come from? The other thing, and Justin, if you could do this in your review if you want. This is something that I saw in somebody else's video. He only showed the lightsaber hilts that come with it. He didn't compare them to Hot Toys side by side. I'd like to see that because those lightsaber hilts that he got with his General Grievous, this new one, all right, looked like something that you get at the supermarket.
Yeah, they're vacuum metallized. They're chrome
thing, and then it pops.
They're quite bad. It
was so bad that I literally started feeling my temperature rise, getting mad.
Even compared to other sideshow, sabers, they're quite bad. They literally vacuum metallized chrome. The paint chips off when you put it in his hand.
It's really inexcusable. Like that is so. That is so horrible. So, but I don't think people are realizing how bad those are. But I think if you actually, like in your video, if you take that and then put it next to a Hot Toys lightsaber, and you see the difference, you realize that there are a lot of areas that Sideshow falls down on. Paintwork is chief among them, because that is also what my hesitation was with the rest of the figure. Because the rest of the figure to me looks very plasticky. Like the metal parts that are supposed to be metal look plasticky and cheap to me. And the bone parts like that go over that metal endoskeleton, again, the paintwork is not Hot Toys level. So it all makes it look like something that I could buy at Target.
So let me address this real quick.
I'm about to ask Lyle, you have it already, right?
What you say, Vinny?
No one likes General Grievous though. The real question is, how's the Rose Tico figure?
You're silly. Listen. Like this is okay. So I want to address this real quick. I mean, because I know Linda, says she doesn't actually collect. She's glad she doesn't collect outside of the Mandalorian. Here's the thing. Don't confuse the two between Hot Toys and Sideshow. With Hot Toys, you're getting a lot more quality out of your figures. I mean, posability, and they're always advancing. They're always, recreating, and they're evolving. Sideshow, they're going back. They're going backwards with it. Look, I had the figure on pre-order. I stopped. I actually canceled my order and I put it into something and I thought that was now. And again, this was not to shoot down, and that's why I haven't really said too much about it. But it was not to shoot down anybody else who actually did purchase the figure and who actually loves it, because you might have other intentions besides me. I just felt as though I wanted to put my money into something that was going to be a bit more lucrative. That's why I actually took that. I got a secondary Coruscant guard, because like I said, the Ruler 2, it just felt as though that would be a bit better for me to actually have in hand. And I didn't want to go through the hassle of getting a piece and then having to report that back to Sideshow. Anything that I can have limited conversation with these people, it's the better for me. Like seriously, like I just don't want to. Now the customer, don't get me wrong, the customer service, when you talk to the right person, they're good. If it has nothing to do with Grievous, the customer service is great. I didn't want to actually have that involvement with Grievous. I didn't want to go through that type of situation. So for me, it was just better for me not to purchase the figure. I canceled that order and I just put it into something else that I actually wanted. So Linda, I get you. You know, like you don't want to basically go, and see something, especially with these horror stories with Grievous. And there's a lot of effing horror stories right now, which basically for me, I'm like, as a company, there had to have been somebody in that company that said, yo, are you seriously going to do this? Like, you need a Dave Chappelle in that. Be like, I don't think you, like, seriously, like, are you going to release this? You're going to put this out there knowing the amount of backlash. I'm pretty sure that even when they have to inspect the figures, like at least one of them. They have to do some type of an inspection before they send these things out. So you do that. But then you and I'm pretty sure you saw it and was like, oh, wait a minute, this might be a problem. But no, you did it thinking that people would be naive. And just because you're Sideshow, you felt as though people would actually go with it and there wouldn't be any type of a pushback. You can't do that. You cannot do that, especially when you're attacking third-party resellers or third-party providers, like people who out there put out these figures. But there are some of these companies are making quality and their figures can pose and they don't break. I have a few of them. But then you put out something that you're licensed to put out, but then you don't put that type of emphasis.
Yeah,
you're not
how
giving
did we
us
get through licensing approvals at
for that.
Disney?
Like straight up, because if I was Disney, I'd be like, what the fuck did you just do? Like, what the hell did you just do? Our name is on that shit. Like, you don't basically do something like that, bro. So
you've never seen a So-So Toys release that is an absolute shit show like this. Like, you have
hell no.
So-So Toys?
Hell no.
Has been on point.
Bro, they've been on point with it, like, and straight up. And, like, even, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't put out stuff like this. And the thing is, look, I'll give credit. And as much as I may actually have my views about the company, which I don't even want to go into, there are certain things that they do put out that I do like, and I will say it is, and I'll give them that credit.
Some of their statues are okay. Some of their statues are good.
Some of the statues are basically amazing, but when it comes to the figures, man, y'all are dropping the effing ball, and y'all need to pick that shit up and do something more creative, because damn, like right now you giving us that deflative ball like from the Packers. I mean from the Patriots. Like, come on, like you giving us some bullshit. But yo, I'm just simply saying, like, I know you are, but yo, it's just like, yo, don't give us a bag of shit and just basically expect us to, you know what I mean, not say anything about it. But at the same time, that is just my opinion. It may not be others, because I'm pretty sure people got the figure. They love what they got. Me, I was going to keep the cape on it anyway. But to basically hear that you can't give it like the hunched over, like I can't pull off some of the poses that in my mind I would want to pull off. Yeah, nah, I'm good. I'm good.
I think you can, but it's definitely going to require a lot more patience and fiddling. Like mine currently is in the display with the 4 lightsaber arms up, and his arms are up fine. My original one, but it took me ages to get him balancing, and to make sure that the arms are all stable and the lightsabers are pointing in the right direction.
He's a set it and forget it figure because you don't want to touch it again after that.
Correct. Yeah. You need to know what you're getting into when you're buying it. It's not going to be the same as just a dude.
I've seen so many people having to they've been using electrical tape like around the joints and trying to hide that, using nail polish to try and tighten them and stuff. But the thing is, you shouldn't have to do that.
You shouldn't have to. No,
for a $285 figure from a licensed company who is going after resellers of third-party stuff that's better than theirs. Like,
on that, by the way, I don't know why they're so aggressively against unlicensed stuff when let the companies themselves go after the unlicensed producers. I don't understand why Sideshow is the one stepping in. Like, do they own all the licenses that could ever exist on anything? I didn't think so.
That's what I don't understand, man, because it's like they're making the figures that we need for collections. You understand what I'm saying? Like, nobody was making the Titans, Robin. Nobody's making any of the Titans. And I've gotten Robin. I'm waiting for Superboy to come in. It's like, I don't understand. What's the big idea? You don't want to make them.
They're not taking money out of like Sideshow's pocket because Sideshow's not selling those figures.
If Hot Toys did make this, though, we would absolutely buy the Hot Toys one. Like,
right?
We would buy
Cable,
the
perfect example.
Cable.
People are buying Cable, even though Toys R Us did one a couple years back. You think that people aren't going to buy the Hot Toys Cable? You're crazy. Of course they're going to buy it.
Yeah,
I'm buying it.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
it's a ridiculous mentality that they've got, but also to follow up all the kind of drama and everything that happened in July with this General Grievous release, it's like you wonder why people are looking to other sources to get stuff that they really want in their collections. Is because, and here's the thing, Sideshow's never gonna come out and say we fucked up. They're never gonna come out and say, you know what, this release was not
a statement.
No, they won't.
Bad.
Never.
Think about all the backlash that they've already had.
Yeah.
And they haven't said a peep. Now, and you also look at it is that when they have a release, they promote it on their social media. They put Instagram, Facebook. They're silent about. They're not promoting in Instagram stories or posts or anything. They are not promoting the General Grievous at all. And you would think that being the only company that's had
they don't want that smoke.
Grievous
right
now,
They do not want that smoke.
That's the I'm upset now, man.
They don't want
They are.
They know all the comments will just be, this sucks, I'm returning, this is horrible, how could you put this out? They know that. They're not going to say anything about it.
Yeah, that was going to be my next. That was my next question.
And it's going to be dope.
Yeah, that was my next question, but I think that's going to be a totally different body part. Yeah. I mean, body type, and that Grievous is basically a
very
difficult.
Hard to do.
Which you know what? To be quite honest, is probably why Hot Toys was like, well, let's hold up. Like, it's probably going to take them more time. Yeah. But you know what? I could just imagine them sitting.
Well,
I could imagine
so
like
deep in Mando and Book of Boba right now that Grievous.
Yeah.
I can imagine Hot Toys sitting back like this.
We're not gonna do that.
Well, it's like
you got caught up, Sideshow.
It's like you take the most complicated, difficult design of a Star Wars character that you could possibly think of, and then give it to the company with the worst track record of in terms of engineering. Like, they make amazing statues, but they don't have to move. They just have to stand there.
Yeah.
That's it. You can do. The statue is just 5 different pieces. You plug it together and then you paint it well. As long as it's painted well and the pose looks good, you're done.
Exactly.
But when it comes to making actual joints that can move and that you need to put some engineering prowess into, they have never once proven.
They made Iron Man. They made Hulkbusters. Like,
well, that's
Hot Toys.
Hot Toys did. Hot Toys did amazing work in terms of engineering. But Sideshow, I don't think I've ever seen anything remotely as complex as General Grievous.
That's Grievous.
They can't even get a basic Mythos Fett looks.
Oh my god, my Mythos Fett!
But I don't.
I love that. I
literally have not touched Mythos Fett since I first got him a while back. That and Ryan's right. They chose not to.
They chose not to.
His video, 6scale News the other day. I literally spit my bagel out laughing so hard when Ryan was like. Basically kind of like doing his impression. And he's like, so basically, we made a pile of shit.
Yeah.
And then all the others, we can't replace them because all the others are also big piles of shit.
I gotta watch that.
I laughed.
Although Hot Toys also had a bit of a situation recently. I don't know if you all saw, but there's 2 different versions of Endgame Cap out. In America,
with the collar, with the
short collar, and they did put out a statement, and they said the exact same stupid crap that Sideshow always says. They said, they're handmade, they're not defective. There's nothing that we can do about it. We're not accepting returns, and this was in Taiwan. So the Taiwanese version of Cap has a shorter collar, like the D23, like the D23 Cap. And they said they issued a statement because. In overseas markets, they actually communicate with their customers. It's just with our Western market, they don't care. They issued a statement saying it's handmade. There's nothing you can do about it. But that's complete bullshit because the patents for the material are the patents for the material.
Exactly.
So there is no variance. They're cut by a machine. They are. I guarantee you, they are sewn by a machine as well. There's no person sitting there hand stitching a fucking Cap uniform.
Right.
They'll be sewn.
Also, when all of them in one country are this way and all of them in another country are another way, not like you got some random ones throughout, but when it's all here or this way, all here or that way, it means that you did something with all of the ones over there. That wasn't one person that made a couple, boo-boos. Like,
correct.
Exactly. It's different.
So basically, when I get this Grievous, am I going to want to send it back?
I mean, it might be subjective. It might be subjective.
It depends what your expectations are.
It might be subjective.
Expect a pile of shit, and maybe you'll be lucky in that it will smell like roses.
I don't know. I'm not that aggressively against it yet.
Yeah.
We'll see. I haven't opened mine yet.
Once you open it, and that's why I'm holding mine. I'm not really saying anything. I want to see your review on it. And
I definitely go.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a pretty positive person. So if it does what I need it to do personally, I'm not going to trash it just for the sake of me trashing it. Like some people are just they've already bought into it's shit. So they're going to immediately attack it. If it does everything that I personally needed to do, I'm going to let you know that it does that. If it doesn't, then I'm also going to let you know that it doesn't. But the one thing that I can promise you in my review is I'm going to be true to what I think of it, because that's what a review is, right? I'm giving you my opinion. So if it's bad, I will let you know. Yeah,
definitely, man. Like, hey, again, shout out to Jazz Inc. Shout out to So Toys. Shout out to Toys Era.
Toys Era, yeah.
So, shout out to all these companies who are out there, giving us some heat. And you're flying under the radar with the bullshit. You're giving us some heat. You're giving us product, and I want to give a shout out, a huge shout out to you guys. We finally got Marcos in here from Collector Zone, man. I'm glad we actually got Marcos here because we got something cooking.
Let's also shout out to like smaller like retailers, like Marcos, Collector Zone, like Underground. Because
Underground Toys and stuff like that.
A lot of these smaller retailers and local comic book shops and stuff like that are saddled with customers who are really pissed off about the quality of this General Grievous, because not everybody got it through Sideshow. And so Sideshow is not the only one bearing the brunt of this whole kind of fiasco. It's a lot of people that are at smaller companies where it's like they got 12 of this General Grievous in stock. They sold them, and they're getting 8 returns. Like that sucks. That's a real difficult position for them to be in. I mean, this is like Sideshow's equivalent of the Tony Stank head sculpt or the Paul Rudd smiling head sculpt. It really is. Like there's been so much immediate backlash on this thing that it really
they don't care. They don't care.
Yeah, they don't.
Nah, they don't.
But it sucks because their retail partners and their customers are not happy.
And that's what I'm saying.
If there's one thing we know for sure, is that at minimum, they are ambivalent to what their customers feel. And then if you want to go the other end, they just really dislike their own customers because they've done things like when they obviously, we all know they did the shutdown on Toys Wonderland. Most of the customers that buy from Toys Wonderland are also Sideshow customers. So by shutting them down and potentially risking those customers losing all of that money on pre-orders, they're attacking the very people that buy from them. Not like, who cares what you think about Toys Wonderland, a company? Who cares? But it's the people that have orders with them. That is what they should be say. Should we do this or should we do it the proper way, which is sending a cease and desist, going over to Hong Kong and doing an actual lawsuit if they find that they have the grounds to do that, which they don't.
But no matter where you fall,
sneaky, shady other way.
No matter where you fall in the argument of third parties and Hong Kong resellers, the bottom line is you look at this whole General Grievous fiasco and it's like, have a little bit more respect for your customers and have a little bit more respect for your retail partners that are getting licensed product from you and are now dealing with this backlash. Because like I said, if you got somebody who sold a small shop who sold 12 but got 8 returned, and now they've got to figure out what to do with those customers who are pissed off, that might influence where they shop again. And because sometimes customers don't really pay attention. Like people conflate Sideshow and Hot Toys a lot of times. Sometimes people might just assume that, well, this retailer gave me shit, so I'm not going to them again, when it was really Sideshow's product that they were supplied that was the issue there. So the fact that there's been that they've pushed back like the future shipments, but there's no public like, hey, this is what happened.
That's hilarious.
Oh yeah,
I don't know what's going on there with the pushback. Are they going to be changing? I highly doubt they're going to be changing anything.
There's no way they can do that in 3 months.
Yeah,
they can't make any substantive change on any serious scale in 3 months.
Yeah, I'm not, and that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Anyway, like I said, sorry guys that we deviated from like pretty much like I said the topic, which was. But this is going to be a heavy discussion actually going forward. You know, you're going to hear so many different.
I'm sure we'll talk about it. When we stream, not this week because this week we are having on Norman Chan from Tested and Ryan will be there as well. But next week when it's all of us again, I'm sure my review will be out. So we'll be able to sit down. I'm sure whoever of us has it, we can bring it out. We can discuss it on camera
and have that discussion. Definitely.
I want to see this review first before I even get it. Man.
Yeah, as soon as you put up the review, everybody actually stay tuned.
It's not selling out. You're safe. You've got time. It's not going to sell out.
No, it's not going to sell out. The original General Grievous, quite surprisingly, was one of my more popular videos, which I never expected that to be the case. So, almost 1 million views on that guy, which is insane. So, I probably do need to get it done because obviously people want to see more Grievous stuff.
Exactly.
And this one is a big question mark. Like, is it?
So, and that when you drop it, like I said, definitely, like I said, I'm locked.
Just beyond what I say, people are going to hate on me no matter what I say. If I
who
say
cares?
I like it,
who cares?
Whatever.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, who cares?
They're the idiots because
I'm just going to give you my
So that is who cares? We don't. If they hate it, like at least you're giving your honest opinion. Anyway,
as a company, they don't like you, but you still buy sideshow stuff.
Slacking.
Anyway, just stop slacking. Anyway,
I just want to pose it with Dooku. That's it. I want to have him pose behind Count Dooku in the shelf, like hunched over.
Let me know how that goes. Definitely, but again,
to do that. I would say.
At least hunch him over a little bit.
Yeah,
we'll see.
We'll see how it goes.
Overall on his own.
We'll see how it goes. Anyway, we're gonna, like I said, because we don't want to derail too much. We already have. Let's move forward. Again, like I said, there's gonna be some talk going on about it, but I do want to make a couple of different announcements. Like I said, I'm trying to reach that 1,000 subscribers. So that's what I'm actually trying to do. Look, I'm not at 1,000 yet, but I'm almost there. So I'm actually working with Collector Zone, Marcos over there. So we are going to have something special cooking up. And I'll probably make that announcement later on this week. Probably I'm going to make that. As a matter of fact, this is what I want you to do. I want you to tune in Thursday night. Tune in on Thursday night, because Thursday night it will basically be a discussion with my friend Lori Livingston. She is actress model from WandaVision and Captain Marvel. She basically played the Skrull. If you actually saw WandaVision, she was the Skrull at the very end. So she'll be on Thursday night. So tune in. Now that's going to be a later night show because Shang-Chi is going to be out Thursday. So I'm going to the 7:00 show. So I can't wait. Look at
Justin. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, Justin. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Justin, we're sorry, brother.
Yo, I forgot all about that, bro.
I forgot Shang-Chi dropping on Thursday.
I am so mad.
Bob Dylan, if you in the building, get that, man. Get that for me. You got to get that face.
We have a new gift. Yeah.
Our lockdown was supposed to be over on Thursday, so we're perfect. We get to see it. No problem. Right. They have extended the lockdown indefinitely.
Oh,
there is now no end date.
Justin, it looked like somebody just kicked your puppy. You were just so sad there.
Well, like you said last stream, Brennan, it's only 45 days. I can just wait, right? No, I cannot wait.
I wasn't making light of it. I was like, I'm right there with you because I'm not going out to a packed movie theater like right now. I've got kids at home, and I'm like, so I'm right there with you in the wait. But
I would like to have the choice at least. It would be nice.
Yes. Yeah.
Is Disney Plus going to stream it at all?
No,
45 days.
Even if you're fully vaccinated here, you cannot go and do anything extra versus normal people, even if you have vaccination, which, by the way, it's all of the Pfizer first wave of vaccines are gone. You cannot even get it. There's none left in the whole country. Man. So I'm booked in for the 27th of September, which is quite a while away, obviously.
Meanwhile, they're doing third Pfizer shots over here.
My wife couldn't even get one.
Throwing away
she's not even booked in.
Spoiling over here.
What'd you say, bro?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they're throwing away vaccinations over here because they're spoiling because people aren't grabbing them.
All right, grabbing them, and that's the thing. Come on, man.
Yeah, and they authorized third shots for people for like boosters for Pfizer.
For Pfizer,
and other places they are waiting until like middle of next year just to get vaccinated.
Yeah.
That's where we're at. I don't know what to do. I guess we're not going to get to see Shang-Chi. We're not going to get to see Eternals. I highly doubt the lockdown will be over by December either. It's just honestly,
Eternals will probably be on Disney Plus.
Sounds like a hell of a some pirating is going to be going on.
But
it definitely will be, and that's the danger of it.
Yeah,
I don't want to watch a cam version though, some crappy cam. Like if I'm going to watch it, I want to watch it properly. What is this? Captured by it's a small window 2022. I don't know what that means, but I don't think that's what's going on here. We're still, a democracy or whatever they call it. But all I have to say is the lockdown is the harshest that is seen anywhere in the world. We've got a 5-kilometer radius from our house. We cannot leave within 5 kilometers. Only one person can leave at a time. There's even a curfew. Man. You cannot leave your house past 9 p.m. So
what about like delivery for like DoorDash and stuff? Can people be out after 9 to like order food late and like deliver?
Yes. You can get an exemption permit for if you're in these certain industries. So delivery is one of them. So deliveries is still ongoing, so you can still get food delivered. But everything is closed. So I don't know how most of these businesses are still operating because 200 days out of the last 365 we've been locked down.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Wow. Everybody
and like really harsh lockdown too. Like not just you got to wear a mask and you can only go to the shops 5 times a day. It's like you cannot go anywhere. You can not do anything at all.
Wow.
Come on, man. Everybody hashtag justice for Justin, man.
We
need to get that Justin for Justin, bro. Justice for Justin. We hashtag that, bro, because he needs to see this film, man.
Disney, if you wanna contact me and send me a screener, we're doing movie reviews on the channel. I mean, other channels here in Australia, like Cosplay Chris, who's around the similar subscriber count to me, he got sent a screener for Zack Snyder's Justice League a week before it came out.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm also in Australia. We've got a similar sub count. I do movie content as well. What's going on there? You know, if you want to send Justin a screener, Justin,
come on, Disney, hook him up, Disney.
Come on, man, get him a screener in his backyard at least on the tight screen. Come on, bro, do something. What's going on? But anyway, Thursday night. It's going to go down. Like I said, we'll be there. And actually, I'm pretty sure. Oh, man. See, it's like, I want to talk about it next Monday.
Well, actually, talk about it, yeah.
I know. See, my plan was to actually talk about it next Monday, along with some of the new upcoming Disney Plus releases on certain shows. So that was basically the plan. But I think what we'll do is like we'll have the discussion as far as Shang-Chi.
Don't avoid it because of me. I just won't be on when.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So we'll have the discussion and we'll actually go into other things. But do tune in Thursday night at 10:15. You'll actually see me. Brendan, you'll be on the show itself. Like anybody else who wants to jump in and have a discussion with Lori, she'll tell us, what's coming up for her future, how she got started. Now the thing is, like I said, me and her grew up together, bro. She's Benny, you already know she's her own, So basically,
there's gonna be somebody from Marvel that's like sitting behind her.
Oh yeah, she can't say too much.
Her out if she says the
we're gonna minimize the Marvel discussion. We're gonna actually just talk about what's going on with her, but just mainly maybe talk about her experience and what how fun how much fun she had. But tune in that night because then I'm gonna make a special announcement. I am actually partnered with Collector Zone on this, so this is a little special project that we got going on. So stay tuned. You have to basically stay tuned to that show. It's gonna be Thursday night. 10:15. So make sure that you are locked in. Again, thanks for my panel. Vinny, what you got going on, or what you got coming up next, bro? Besides us going to the movies on Thursday night. Sorry, Justin. Us going to the movies Thursday night, bro.
Yeah, I mean, definitely looking forward to that. Just looking forward to all this new content coming out. We got What If dropping. We got Titan, more Titans on the way. We got Shang-Chi, Eternals, like rolling. There's so much great media and content coming. Looking forward to, like Brennan, I'm always catching up on reading, so I like to binge through series. I'm binging through Batman now. I'm always catching up on something. So looking forward to doing all that in between time when I'm not working, man. That's all I got going on now. Looking forward to get back into drawing too. Inktober's coming out.
Oh yes, Inktober. Yeah, and you got to basically check out. Come on, man. You see it down at the bottom here. Vincent Dunn Art on Instagram. He's going to go ham for Inktober. Like he does it every year. It's starting, so it's about to go down. So I am expecting that, and most definitely, Thursday night it's going to go down. Let me get my big bucket of popcorn. You know what? I'm just going to send Justin a picture like this. So yeah, I mean, don't worry about it. We'll actually get it going. Brendan, what you got coming up? Well, besides this effect, I'm gonna see you back here on Thursday night. We're gonna have like a nice little discussion with Lloyd. But what else you got going on, brother?
Yeah, so we're gonna be on there on Thursday. Other than that, I've just got my my usual spiel, just like working a ton, client work and stuff. So this next couple of weeks is gonna be kind of crazy for me. But you can see, all my stuff on Instagram. My main one is Real Riley, and then Max Effort Collector is the other one for the for like my collecting stuff. I'm really just kind of sitting on pins and needles, waiting for certain releases to come out. Not even so much Hot Toys because they're just dropping one every like 6 months.
Kind of boring
at this point.
at the moment, huh?
Yeah, so I'm really waiting on Jin Sakai, that third party one from Ghost of Tsushima. I love that game. I just finished the whole Iki Island expansion and the director's cut, and it's phenomenal.
Yeah,
I loved it. So I'm doing doing that. I'm waiting on the Macaulay and Hannah, the De Niro and Pacino characters from Heat, which is my all-time favorite movie. We've got third-party releases coming for those. And then, Kingpin, Ronin, Batwoman, Batlady, all of those. So those are actually the ones I'm hyped for the most right now. I'm just kind of waiting for those to come in. And I'll probably be this week diving into the Wakanda expansion on Marvel's Avengers on my PS5. So that's really pretty much what I'm going to focus on. Yeah. You're muted, Lyle.
You're muted, Lyle.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Yeah, my bag. Yeah, so I just got the game. It's crazy. But
which
the thing
one?
is, I haven't been in. I got the updated version. I got the Avengers. See, I actually didn't have it for my PS5, but I just got it for the PS5 so I can get the expansion. So I can't wait to actually play it, but I can't play it yet because me and Toya, we got a match on NBA 2K 2021. So
she was talking some
straight up shit on me the other night, man. She was shitting on me, but it's coming.
She was like, Lael's downstairs playing with his figures.
Justin, she outed me, bro. She was like, he's down there playing with his figures. He's scared to come upstairs and get this whooping. I was like, what?
Yep.
I was you know what it was? I was posing up the Iron Scavenger, but anyway, you already know what that is. Jedi Kid, bro, what you got coming up, bro?
I'm still waiting for Grievous. I'm terrified. It's paid off. I'm waiting for it to get delivered. I'm waiting for a rescue to get delivered. What else did I order? Oh, Ebony Maw.
Nice.
And that's my 3 I got coming right now. I'm gonna go online tonight and look for Spider-Man Noir.
Yeah.
I slept on that one.
Spider-Punk.
Yeah. He's frozen up again. It's gonna jump right out. While I think he's coming in. He's kind of teasing it. You there, bro? I mean, Justin, what you got coming up next, bro?
Well, General Grievous, obviously. I need to get on it.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
He'll be back. Also, I just checked the tracking for my Hulk. It should be here tomorrow. So super
I'm looking
quick
turnaround.
To lightning.
Yeah.
I am.
I'm
looking forward to Hulk as well. So
that head
should
sculpt is looking good.
Yeah.
Head sculpt looks good. I thought the original looked good too. I never had a massive issue with the original, but some people did. Anyway, it should be here tomorrow, so that will go up. If it comes tomorrow, it'll be up tomorrow.
I wish it came with some tacos.
I mean, we can sort that out, I'm sure.
Yeah.
3D print some tacos. But yeah, just a whole heap of content coming. Because literally all we can do right now is sleep, eat, and work. There is nothing to look forward to. There is nothing to entertain ourselves with aside from work. It is the most exhausting and boring thing that I've ever endured in my entire life, because literally every single day it's just like you just work. There's nothing to do except
you
work.
get up, work, and that's it, bro. That's pretty much that was our lifestyle like last year, or actually this year early. You know what I mean?
Same for us as well. But now
hopefully we can get past that, man. It's gonna be crazy, but again, good.
So people who can get vaccinated. Like, stop being stupid.
Do it.
Pretty much, people who can get vaccinated, don't play around with it. Just actually do it. Anyway,
and please send us some more, America. We need some more vaccines because we've run out. So send us more. We'll all of the ones that y'all aren't using, we'll take them because we're actually getting done. So send them on. Send them on down.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Let me address the chat again, man, for everybody. Thank everybody for coming through. Thank you, Gino R, for coming through. Linda, most definitely. DK, single songwriter. Cigars and Bacon. Toolbar.
Oh, that's a great name.
I like that.
That is a great name.
Max Geekdom. We have, who else we got here? Collector Zone. Marcos, I see you, bro. Gina. Max, I already said Max Geekdom. Who else we got up in here? Single songwriter, my guy, man, all day, every day. Freddie Card, what is that? Is that Freddie Cardanafk? Or it's these names, man. It's like they kill me.
Jenna left to go to his interview with Sideshow, his job interview.
Got you. Bob Dylan is in the building. Jenna, thank you for coming through. Always welcome, bro. I'll see you later on this week. Was that Toy Box? Nice to have you here, man. Again, who else have we got? I just want to make sure I don't miss it. Derek, Never Broke Again. Nice to have you here, man.
Derek again on the Judas contract when I couldn't remember it. So shout out Derek.
Oh yeah,
definitely, man. Saya Dream, shout out to you as well. Again, thanks everybody for coming through. Again, don't forget, if you like this, always hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Prepare for the next adventure, most definitely. Let's get these likes up. Let's get these viewers up, these subscriptions up. Tune in this Thursday. Again, I will have the amazingly talented, my friend, Lloyd Livingston from the WandaVision, as well as Captain Marvel. She will be in the building. We'll have a nice little chat with her. Shang-Chi is Thursday, always coming up. Yeah, figures that I actually have coming in. I actually got my second 501st arrives this week. It'll be here this Thursday, so I'll actually have that.
You're only 14 behind Jeddah.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay behind. It's a rule of two with me. It's always a rule of two for me, man. I can't go more than that. But and I can't.
I reckon Jeddah will be he'll be moving those on in a 6 months.
You think
time,
so?
He'll be down to 4 clones. I reckon.
Yeah,
he's hyped himself. Imagine. He's overhyped himself on this one. So
but also if he keeps all of those clones, then he's got to get at least double that in battle droids whenever those come out.
Yeah. This crazy, man. I don't know, but anyway, thanks guys. Thanks for coming through. Again, thank you, everybody. Next week, we will actually talk about Shang-Chi and also some of the Disney Plus content that's coming up. And, we'll discuss some of that as well. Also, we'll discuss some more comics. Definitely, you already know we'll do that. But, again, thanks, everybody, for coming. Tune in next week. Justin, actually also plug the podcast, too, bro.
Oh, yeah. Brand new podcast, Figures and Flicks. You can find it on iTunes is still coming. It's being registered. Yep. You can find it on Spotify, or you can just find it on my channel if you want to watch the video version. So, definitely. Will Foxification and I are partnered up. And by the way, I'm sure we'll have guest spots where all of y'all can cameo on the podcast if you want to as well.
You already know.
1 episode per week. Yeah. Planning on dropping it every Thursday in the States, but Friday in Australia. Mm-hmm. It's about an hour long. It's a great little thing to have on in the background while you're working, while you're driving to work, whatever. Just come and check it out. We discuss movies and we discuss figures, so it's a bit of both.
And the first giveaway is a date with Will.
Yo.
Wow.
Yo, come on, man. That is insane. Is Will even up? Is he even watching it, or did he go to sleep?
No, it's past his bedtime. He left a little while ago.
Yeah.
Oh, he left a while ago? All right. Well, anyway, shout out to Will, man. Hopefully we'll see you back again, bro. Shout out and thank you for being around and coming when you did. Also, one thing I did want to mention, I forgot.
She said he went to Olive Garden.
Yo, that's freaking insane. And also, don't forget. Now, I do want to make this announcement once I pull it up. Give me 1 second. Here it is. Next Thursday, not this Thursday, but next Thursday, will be the first official episode. Me and Mario, we kind of collaborated on this particular show. But it'll be the first time you will actually see the Uncivilized Scoundrels. This show will be dedicated to strictly Star Wars. It's all Star Wars content, so definitely tune in for that show. We're gonna have so much to talk about, so many things. We're actually, we just kind of went over our agenda and addendum, so we'll have that up and running. But yeah, man, some good things coming from everybody, man. Definitely. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for being a part of this journey. And stay tuned for the next time. It's the 1/6 Scale Man presents Say What All Day Every Way, with everybody actually signing out. We are saying peace, love what you collect, and give some of these third-party companies, and actually give some of these resellers some love too. It's not just about some of these big companies. You give some of these other companies. My man Marcos, Collector Zone. Let's talk about it all day, every day. Everybody, let's go and let's make it happen. Peace.